Infinite Wealth advertises itself as a fun Hawaiian vacation, but Kasuga lands in Honolulu and is immediately robbed, stripped naked, and arrested within 2 hours.
I mean, that's pretty standard for a Kiryu or Ichiban itinerary, honestly.
The resort brochure really skipped over the getting chased down the beach by guys with machetes part.
5 stars on TripAdvisor. Absolute maximum immersion.
Kiryu's storyline in Infinite Wealth centers around his bucket list, where he reflects on his life, his health, his past memories, and his past friendships.
Which is very emotional right up until his bucket list includes beating up 40 guys behind a convenience store for extra XP.
I mean, nostalgia hits hard, but Kiryu hits harder.
Nothing aids reflection quite like a bicycle to the face.
Kiryu literally just put on a pair of cheap sunglasses, styled his hair slightly different, and the entire underworld thinks his name is Joryu.
It's the Superman glasses logic. Except everyone he meets has already been punched in the face by him at least 3 times in previous games.
They're all just going along with it out of pure self-preservation.
Oh yeah, totally, Joryu. Definitely not the legendary Dragon of Dojima who broke my jaw back in 2016.
Kiryu has been called the Dragon of Dojima, the fourth chairman, Daichi Suzuki, Joryu, and Uncle Kaz.
At this point, the man needs a name tag with a flip chart attached to it.
He has more aliases than an international spy ring, but he looks like Kazuma Kiryu.
Who are you? I'm, Kazuma Joryu's son. No relation.
They're silly and they're goofy, mysterious and spoofy. Kenko makes them loopy, the Backtrack family. Their podcast is a blast, talking games from the past. They break down every class, the Backtrack family.
Beat. Defeat. Complete.
They trash things they abhor, and praise things they adore. They never are a bore, the Backtrack family.
Snake! Snake!
Hello and welcome to RPG Backtrack, your regular deep dive into your favorite RPGs. We are a production of RPGamer.com, bringing you such fine podcasts like RPG Cast, your weekly RPG news show, Q&A Quest, your weekly RPG feedback show, and us, your bi-weekly RPG nostalgia show. I am your host, Kelly Ryan, and with me, as always, my podcast partner in crime, the...
No, don't say it. Don't say it. I'm the man who erased my name.
Oh,
That's who I
okay.
am.
The Joryu to my Kazuga, Mr.
Oh,
Bat
yeah.
Mason.
You're all watching me, just imagine me putting my glasses on right now. There you go. Can't tell my voice because I have glasses on.
Sure.
Mhm.
Not incognito. We've got a host of guests, including Sam.
My name is Taichi Suzuki, get it right.
We've got Josh
Hello, hello.
and Robert.
I like just riding the dolphins.
That does sound fun.
As
So which
long
one of
as-
you is fourth chairman? And which one of you is Uncle Kaz?
Well, Uncle Kaz is probably going to show up a little bit later. He might have needed a little extra nap because he's getting kind of old.
Plus,
Feel
we
that.
started an hour earlier, and he might have forgotten that fact.
Darn it, Uncle
happens.
Kaz.
I know. Some of us just forget.
But
I feel
yeah,
so loved.
we are talking some more Yakuza / Like a Dragon tonight.
Woo.
I never know what to call it because the name change is because of the name change recently.
Well, at
And
this point, we are like a dragon more than we are Yakuza. So
okay,
Mhm.
and it makes sense. It's just like most people know it as Yakuza,
Yep.
but if you're across the pond, you're gonna call it like a dragon. So, but
It doesn't
yes.
help that there's a game called Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, that's not
It
confusing at all.
no, it'd be like having a Dragon, let's see, Dragon Quest 12 Dragon Warrior.
Yeah.
I love it. No, they should do that. Make it worse.
Yep, get it all mixed up. Stir it all together.
And then release the S version.
But yeah, doing a double shot episode with Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth and Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name. A side story to the original Like a Dragon, or not the original Like a Dragon, basically a side story / sequel to
6.
6.
We'll say it's covering what happened to Kiryu, what he's been up to since 6.
Yeah. I unfortunately did not get a chance to get to this one, which is sad because I'm told that it's very short.
Yes, very short.
The story's probably only what, like 8-10 hours, Sam?
Just give or take.
Yeah.
And even all the additional
and then
content.
how long depending on how long you sit and play in the arcades. It can
I
always
mean,
stretch it out.
Pascal will tell me his playtime was longer than mine, but I'm pretty sure mine was under 20 hours.
Yeah. That's
He's
my
a
recollection.
weirdo. He's a weirdo. He plays too long.
And then something interesting we was talking about pre-show is that when we do Pirate Yakuza next year, we'll be mostly caught up.
Which is wrong.
Wait,
No, as in like I can't believe we've caught up.
okay. No, I was
That
like,
kind of wrong. No,
like
no.
are you counting the other one?
I'm also
Similarly,
I'm also the jerk that says that. So to be fair, if I'm calling myself out, that'd be a little weird.
similarly, if we did Kaseki Christmas again next year and we get 2 more games in, we'd catch up with that one too.
Yeah.
What is happening to
that's
the
too much to
Backtrack?
think of.
I mean, we're getting caught up on 14 too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in this world right now. We're caught up? No.
Are you saying we're ready for another reboot?
Possibly.
Well, why don't we
Calendars.
reboot this podcast for the time being, take a quick musical break, and then come back and dive right in. And welcome back to RPG Backtrack, where we are talking about Like a Dragon, the man who erased his name, aka Like a Dragon Gaiden, released on November 9th, 2023. Yeah, you're right. It did come out a few months before because Infinite Wealth came out, I think, that January.
Right.
Yes.
It was like mid-January. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had to rush through my Christmas games just so that I would have time to play Infinite Wealth.
Well,
But-
and thankfully this game's time sink is nowhere near what Infinite Wealth is.
No.
Yes. So,
So, go on,
yeah,
go for it.
this is a side story going into kind of Kiryu going into hiding.
Yes.
It's covering like the events, at the end of 6, Kiryu kind of like agrees with the Daidoji faction who had been kind of manipulating political events in Japan from behind the scenes. We had at the end of 6, you had the big reveal of the other battleship, and that they had been covering up all those years. And so Kiryu agrees to keep all their secrets, and they're like, in exchange, you have to pretend to be dead. Basically, we have to kill you. That's part of the deal.
Yeah.
And so now he's like living as a monk basically in a Buddhist shrine, and is kind of like doing jobs every so often for the Daidoji faction, kind of like kind of doing the dirty work for basically one of the political parties in Japan.
all while looking like he's CIA.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Because
say,
Joryu is a different man.
when
Well, he's
he
not
showed up-
Kiryu anymore. It's gone. Kiryu's dead. Now
Yeah,
it's Joryu.
He's Joryu.
I was gonna say when he showed up in Infinite Wealth with that haircut, it just kind of, I'm like, are you trying to be a Korean pop star?
He's got sugar tips, man. Sugar
Yeah,
tips.
lightly frosted.
Lightly frost. I mean, maybe that was what they were going for in Infinite Wealth. It's hard to say. Like this game, he's just Mr. FBI, Mr. CIA, black suit, crazy sunglasses that can do crazy things. And then again, he awkwardly just walks up to people and goes, "My name is Joryu," and everyone's like, "Are you sure it's not Cosmo Kiryu?" And he's like, "Nope, Joryu. I'm a cool dude."
And
And
I
then
mean,
all awkwardly look.
they even played that up in the combat. So, once again, it's still action combat, and of course, you have like the dragon style, the normal picking, beating people up, picking up, the accoutrement that is around, pick up the bicycle and beat people over the head with it. But then you also had the agent, I think that's what it was
Yep.
called, the agent style, where you have all kinds of like little gadgets and stuff that you could use to attack people with.
Yep.
He's
Oh,
supposed to
the
kind
gadgets
of be
were
like
fun.
Bond.
The gadgets were fun. They were so stupid.
They
But
were
like
very dumb.
but like perfectly, yeah, like a callback to exactly what you would expect watching something where, you have a secret agent character, right? You got to use all your tools at your disposal. Um, Again, it was an interesting contrast given previous Yakuza games where, often it was like, here's your dragon style, here's your rush style, here's, the style where like you can be a brawler. Instead, they went with, well, no, we got to make sure his persona's intact here. So he's a secret agent bro. And again, he's a terrible secret agent, by the way. Like, one of the things this game highlights is the fact that Kiryu is too wholesome for his own good. And half the time, like, you picture him trying his best to say in a straight face, "I am Joryu." And you just kind of look and everyone's like, "I'm not buying it, but if he says he's Joryu, I guess I gotta, like, lay off." And then you have other characters who meet up with him in the game and they're like, "No, you're not doing a really good job at this. Maybe I could teach you how to be better at it." He's like, no, I'm Joryu. It's fine. But this game is really interesting in that for a really tight package, you get a really interesting story just in terms of his relationship with the group that he's working for, the Daidoji. You get kind of his uncomfortable relationship being dead, like even just the conversations that he has about his death and how he struggles to be a different person. They're really, really thoughtful. And it's interesting to have a version of Kiryu that's actually more self-reflective, and that being a huge part of the actual story instead of just, here's how I deal with the orphans or here's how I connect with people. This is him actually kind of dealing with the fact that, he is not himself anymore. He's not allowed to be himself. And there's that just kind of struggle, which I thought was just so interesting throughout the game. And then you get to the ending and it makes you cry like a bitch.
Well, I enjoyed like the relationship that he kind of has with his handler, Hanawa,
Yeah.
who's from the Daidoji, and he gets kidnapped, and basically Hanawa gets kidnapped as a way, the part of the Yakuza is trying to, they're well aware that Kiryu's still around. They're trying to use Kiryu for their own, for their own means, and like basically the Daidoji faction are just like, yeah, we're done with, Hanamura got kidnapped, whatever. We're happy for him to be killed, but Kiryu kind of like goes off on the quest to save him, and they develop like this like very, like one of the stronger connections that Kiryu's had with another person in quite a while, in quite a number of games, and
Yeah.
I really liked Hanawa. Yeah.
Well, I think it's like Hanawa provided a meaning in this situation that I think was very closer to what Kiryu was used to in terms of the Yakuza, where it's like when you have a bond with somebody, you honor the bond.
Yeah.
Right? This is a man who gave him his new identity. At the end of the day, it's not just about being subservient to, the Daidoji. It's literally he has an intense amount of respect for Hanawa. And it's all the more reason why he gets so invested in the kidnapping and why he gets invested in the fact that he knows there's something wrong with this group, right? These people that he's serving, that he doesn't believe in the things that they're doing. But he also knows if he doesn't comply, people will be harmed. His orphans will be harmed because the kids are on the line too, which is one of the things that you kind of learn towards the end of the game. That, well, actually, even earlier, you do learn about the fact that they basically say, if you contact the kids, we will kill them or we will kill you, right? They can't know that you're alive. And particularly, there's like this incredibly beautiful scene. I mean, I'm just going to say it because it's in the ending. A bunch of the kids are at his gravestone and they're talking about how it was Uncle Kaz who allowed them to thrive and be better people and learn how to become people of worth. Like one of them, if I remember correctly, becomes like, I think it's a doctor or veterinarian. Another one, I think he said like he was on the pro wrestling team and then he became a teacher. I want to say that's what it was.
One became a fireman.
Yes, the fireman. That's right.
We're going to talk about him in the next game again, too.
Yeah.
Yes. But like that element to it where you have this beautiful emotional connection. And again, Kiryu, even though he is quote unquote dead, he will still stop at nothing to protect those kids. And even though they're adults now, they haven't had a need for him in so long. But it doesn't change the fact that he loves them and he's loyal to them.
You left out the fact that Haruto drew a picture of the whole family, including Kiryu.
Oh my God, I bawled.
And that's his grandson.
His grandson. I bawled. That whole ending made me sob. I think I was sobbing from beginning to end. It was just so beautifully done.
Sorry for only just now coming here. Has anybody mentioned the word side game yet?
Not yet. We're still in the beginning, so you're good.
No, but I was going to say, like, that's what I always heard about Gaiden. It's the side game. And if this is how Yakuza does a side game, like, this is no side game. This is core part of the series. Like,
this is lore.
Yeah, absolutely. It cannot be skipped. Like, if for nothing else, then for the ending, you gotta have it.
Oh, that's it. Like, this game has some problems. We're not even gonna pick on that. But again, this game has the tender moments that just they're unseen in other games, where it's just like family and loyalty. Like, they're always so beautifully portrayed. Like again, seeing Haruto, he's a big boy now. Like, little things like that, especially as you're someone who's playing the series and you're watching, playing each installment and you're seeing these characters grow. This one really hits home the growth of the orphans.
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah. I mean, if I'm always okay. I don't know whether this has been said, but I'm always flabbergasted when the suggestion is made, you can, and this has been made a lot of times, you can start the series with like a dragon. What? I
agree with you.
I couldn't disagree. I mean, I get it. And different protagonists and all. And I've heard many people said they started with Infinite Wealth.
That's like a terrible spot.
My best friend has not, he played Infinite Wealth, but no other Yakuza game. And you're missing every reference, every piece of background knowledge. I mean, I know. Okay, so we haven't started talking about that game yet, but so like the feels that you're talking about here in Gaiden, I think they work even better because in Yakuza 6, like the way that ended with the hopefully everybody kind of remembers, but like it's like a Kiryu kind of watching on from the shadows and then walking away. It was that scene, and then the years in between, and what came in between, the Judgment games, or at least one of them, Like a Dragon, several games in between. And that's what earned this payoff to me.
Yes, I agree. I think what's problematic in a lot of ways is, if you start with Infinite Wealth or even the Ichiban games, there is so much you miss in terms of Kiryu and his world and the people that he relates to. And especially with Infinite Wealth, and given when we get to talking about that, the way that it ends, like, you're not going to have the same level of emotion towards him because you haven't spent the time with him. Whereas this game is saying, we want to give you that last real raw chance to be with Kiryu, because then it's not his story anymore.
And I think some of the things you said, Sam, about like the things of family and the connections that he has, I think that might be like low key why to me Yakuza 3 is one of my favorites of the series. And it's hard, I mean, I haven't played the remake. You have, so I don't personally know if it's worth replaying the remake, but I know the original is tough to play, so it's not my favorite for gameplay reasons.
Yeah.
But it's so much of to me like what the series is about is what Yakuza 3 kind of
It
stands
brings to
for.
the forefront. Yeah.
And so I've been waiting. In some ways, I've been waiting for this ending, and his like the payoff with his connection to the kids from the orphanage ever since Yakuza 3, basically.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, like I said, I was ugly crying like it was nobody's business. I think my husband came and he's like, "Are you all right?" And
yeah.
I'm like, "You can't look. You haven't played this one yet. You don't know." Because he also hadn't played 6 yet. And it's like,
Mm,
you just feel so emotional kind of
hmm
getting to the end of the man who erased his name. Because you also even get the context for the title. It's like, I had to become someone else to protect all the things I love. Like, it's so poetic, but also like it's absolutely what you expect also from a spy story, right? I love these people. I have to disappear in order to keep them safe and let them live their lives while I make that sacrifice. And
yeah.
Kiryu is the king of sacrifice. Like that's the one thing almost every game he does something where he is sacrificing himself. And it's like, I get it, you're the Jesus of the Yakuza verse. But
And
also
then
like I support it. Like it's fine.
and then RGG Studio realized, oh, they kind of poked a finger into this, like making people sad about Kiryu. So they said, oh, you have hold our beer.
Yeah, we're gonna make it worse for
Here
you.
comes infinite wealth. Have
Well,
you guys already mentioned the villains, by the way?
no.
Go.
Oh,
Go.
you want me? Well, I
Yes,
don't
you
know that
played it
I'm
the
the
most
best one,
recent.
but it's just another bit of proof of why I think it's so criminal to call this a side game. It is a little bit recency bias, but the villains slash then they're your friends for a while, then they become villains again. Like the back and forth in Gaiden is fantastic. Okay, I didn't have a chance to pull up a website with their names, and I tend to forget character names very easily here. Maybe I can still
I don't
find
think
them,
I put
but
it in my
oh
review.
gosh, there's so much. I don't know if it's really worth like going through the beat by beat like of the story with the back and forth with the villains and stuff like that.
Well, I guess the fun part of just the villains in this game is just the fact that, again, for such a small game,
Mm.
they're very well developed because you get the we're friends now, we're not friends, the back and forth, right? There's almost a bit of a like, I hesitate to say Scooby-Doo-ness to it, but I kind of dig it just because in this case, again, you have a man with multiple identities. It works really, really well because of how they turn on him essentially and become the villains.
What do you mean by the Scooby Doo?
Well, I was trying to think of a better word where it's like you get the reveal of the fact that like, oh, he's Kiryu, right? Like, but he's a different person. He's Kiryu.
Oh, they're trying to basically pull off his mask and reveal him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's more what I was thinking. And it's again in this game, there's parts of it that are a little ridiculous, not as bad as other Yakuza games, I will say, but there is a fun in it. Like it's almost like the game's
Yeah.
poking fun at the idea of Kiryu being two people.
Yeah, and that
I
is
still love
and
it.
for the longest time that does seem to be their main purposes. They just want to unmask him. Yeah, you're right. That's kind of their stated intention from the beginning. So there's Surono,
Yeah.
who is the Watase family captain, and he's I guess at the well off right off the bat he's kind of the leader of the bad guys, and then his main lieutenant is Shishido, and he's the one that shows up in the mask with the daggers.
Yep.
And then first one and then the other kind of end up hanging out with Kiryu after he smashes their face in repeatedly. Then they become friends for a while. there's a whole scene with Kiryu and Shishido and all the Watase soldiers, like kind of painting the town red in Sotenbori.
Yeah. It's very reminiscent, like the beginning of the game, very reminiscent to bits of 3 when Kiryu's in Okinawa and he's hanging out with the family, and then obviously that character dies, but he has that attachment, right, where it's like, we're buddies now, even though you beat me up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's clearly how Kiryu makes friends, right? If he just punches them in the face enough, I guess that's a friendship.
Yeah, it's that whole it's the whole thing. It's the display of honor and what would be the word for that? Maybe I guess honor really is it. By Kiryu knocking them senseless and basically dragging them to death's door with his fists, they come to respect him, and then that's all you need, honor and respect, and we're friends until we're not. Because Shishido turns like 2 or 3 times back and forth in this game.
Shishido can't make up his mind. That was admittedly something in the story that did bug me, was his constant back and forth. For me personally, it started to devalue his role as the villain a little bit. Especially at the end of the game where you have the big fight in front of the... What is it they're fighting in front of? It's like, because it's a political thing.
Well, first there's the fight in the construction site, but then I'm
thinking of the one after it.
Yeah, the real end is at the former. I don't know where in the timeline we are here. No, not the former. I think it's still the Dojima family headquarters. So the
compound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
where
you get,
it
like,
ties back into Like a Dragon.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
So that bugged you? I thought that was pretty awesome.
It's more just the way the character switched, because when you get to the end there, I don't know, it started to feel a little too predictable, especially given the parts of the game at the beginning where, again, you're playing that up because, again, this is a story of people with dual personalities. Like, when I got to the end, I was like, great, Shishido's going to clearly, switch again. Oh, look, he did. But Shishido also, like, I'm going to make the statement, he was a little fucking bitch. Statement stop. He was a little bitch.
his motivation is what? He had a hard life growing up.
Yes.
And so, is that all there was to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an orphan, and so now, I don't know, I don't like
And
Yakuza.
Kiryu's empathy for him was, he's an orphan.
There's also Nishitani, who's a lot more, I'm the villain, and I'm going to stay the villain. I'm always the villain.
Yeah. No, and Nishitani I was fine with, because, okay, I need to figure this out for a second. Was Nishitani the guy that ran the casino?
Yes, he was the one that was sitting on the throne, like at the top, looking down with all the girls around him.
The princess, yes.
And then he came and rode his motorcycle across the castle, like trying to chase Kiryu down.
God bless the ridiculousness of Yakuza.
Yes,
I mean the ridiculousness of the castle. The giant floating casino. What do we want to call this thing?
It was a neat concept. Okay? Oh, yeah. Like, it was so ridiculous. Like, it's ultra wealth. Like, if you wanted to have ultra wealth on display, this is the game that has it.
Well, wait a minute. To me, that's not more ridiculous than what was the underground area called in the original couple of Yakuza games? Purgatory.
Purgatory, yeah.
Purgatory to me is still way more ridiculous than this.
But I would say, like, ultra wealth, though, I'd argue the castle's, like, more luxurious.
I was going to say, I mean, we're not talking about this game until next year, but when you get to the pirate area in Pirate Yakuza, that's pretty crazy, too.
I think... No, go ahead.
No, full fighting arena for boats?
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like, this game... weirdly needed something like the castle to have that kind of hub for Kiryu.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the things that you have to do in it, they are beyond ridiculous. The mini games are a lot, but it's kind of fun. Like, everything's really colorful. Like, it feels lived in. Like, there are people clearly gambling. There's people getting into trouble.
Trouble,
again,
yes.
Always trouble, right? How many people were like, I gambled all my money away. Can you sport me like 100 yen for like the bus home? Maybe 500? I don't know how much the bus is. like scenario.
There's carriages being drawn through the streets, pulled by
Slaves.
naked slaves on their hands and feet.
Yes, they are the people who they lost all their money, so now they have to pay it back with servitude, which like they're all men in diapers. And you're just like, oh.
Speaking of men in diapers, my favorite side story from Infinite Wealth. We'll have to talk about later.
Diaper boys are back.
Yeah.
Of course the diaper boys are.
Yes.
At least they made it wholesome.
Yeah, true. All right, so that is who Nishitani is, and then once he's introduced, that basically is the catalyst for Shishido and Tsuruno becoming quote unquote good guys for a little while, because now we all have to band together against Nishitani, because Nishitani is against the Great Dissolution, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which they all kind of are, but nobody's willing to say it yet. So then Nishitani becomes the bad guy for a long, long time until he's killed. That was to me the first amazing moment in the game. Going through that whole what is it, like a Yakuza headquarter dungeon, knocking out a bunch of guys, and then the boss fight at the end, and the whole building goes up in flames while Kiryu makes a getaway, and when he sticks his head back in the door for just a second to check on Shishido, he catches sight of him kind of behind Kiryu's back, stabbing Nishitani to death. I was blown away. Like, what has this game suddenly done?
Hey, it did the most important thing, which is if you see a body, they are probably dead.
Yeah.
Keyword probably.
Yeah. So what comes? I'm trying to follow along in my mind. What happens after Nishitani is dead? Oh, that's when that's when the storylines merge, I think.
Yeah.
Because that's when Captain Watase gets out of prison, and we get Ichiban, and my next favorite moment. We're fast forwarding all the way to the end now, right? Because we kind of know already the whole battle from Like a Dragon after the Great Dissolution has been announced. That's when Kiryu reveals himself, right? That was the first time I think he popped up in Like a Dragon, was during that little brawl at the dissolution speech. But now we see it from the other side, and when they leave that place, the way that little conversation between Saejima, Majima, Kiryu, and who am I leaving out?
Daigo.
Yeah, Dojima. Right. And they can't come out and say anything along the lines of, "We've missed you and it's good to see you," but you can tell that's what they're saying in their own. And Majima is saying it in his own twisted way, right?
Well, he can't scream Kiryu-chan, but he can scream Joryu-chan.
It made me smile so much. I just, it's got to be. I mean, they milk it in every single game. It just never ends. But I'm a sucker for it. I gotta tell you. And anything Majima and Kiryu related, for one thing, and then over time the other two have kind of been roped into it, right? Dojima and Saejima. I'm a sucker for this, and every game when they have this little moment of we haven't seen each other in years, and it's our little reunion, just makes me so happy. I'd be hard pressed to pick any other game or franchise where I can be manipulated so easily by the characters.
I mean, but again, I think it comes back to part of the conversation we had where it's like we've grown with all these people.
Yeah. Right?
When you're playing a Yakuza game, especially as you get your new one, it's like, what are my buddies up to? Right? Like what silliness are these characters going to get, into that I get to be a part of as a passive watcher. There's not too many series where you get to have that much growth and you get to see everybody grow and change. And I really do love that. Like, the only thing I can think of that has some similarity in a weird way is the Trails series, where again, you're watching different characters grow and change based on the events of that. But where it's different here is just the fact that, like, Kiryu's timeline We are literally starting from when he is a young Yakuza whippersnapper to old age.
It's in the 80s, right? Isn't
Yes.
that when Zero happens? And now we're at,
Yes.
basically modern day 2026 or 2025.
That's right.
He's
So-
basically as old as us.
He's
Yes.
older. He's pushing
older.
60.
And it
No,
does,
because I think he's like in his like 46 or close to 50 in the most recent game. So he's really is just like as old as us.
yeah. It's been 30 plus years since in the timeline since Yakuza 0. And at that time he was probably close to 20 or maybe 20
Really
or
young
something
20.
like that. So yeah, that checks.
Or late.
And it
I
does-
was thinking like teens because I mean he can start pretty early.
Well, Zero, it was, I believe he was between
He was 20.
20, between 20 and 25. Because then when you go into 1, he's still quite young.
Okay,
when
so
you
he's
get-
probably is like close to 50. So yeah, but about the same age as all of us.
He's a grandpa.
Mid 50s.
He's a grandpa. I'd
Yeah.
actually argue by the end of Infinite Wealth, he is in his 60s. Because again, basically, even just in his mannerisms and his behavior, he recognizes he's not as young as he used to be. Whereas 50-year-old Kiryu would still think, I'm as young as the 40-year-old me. And the 40-year-old me is going, I'm as young as the 30-year-old me. Because Kiryu also had no concept of, his own growth and change. This is the first game where he's confronted with all of that in such a way where he is recognizing he is aging. He has changed. He's not the same person anymore. That his core values will always be the same, but physically, he is not. And then we clearly get that in Infinite Wealth, where I cried like a baby again.
Yeah. It is
I'm
a
too
good.
old for this shit.
Oh, it's a
And
good
yet-
segue, but I wanted to mention he is still sprightly enough to punch 2 tigers and Ryuji Goda ? In the face.
That
I
is
was-
true.
I was gonna say he's that old and yet can still lift a full bicycle over his head to
Yeah.
smash somebody with it.
Look, those things don't change. But him having cancer does. Somebody had to say it.
Yeah, well, I guess that means we're talking that now, huh?
I mean, do you guys have anything else you want to bring up with the man who erased his name?
I may be repeating somebody else's already talking about the combat system, but this is my favorite combat system in, I think, the entire franchise.
You love the goofy agent duels? They were so silly.
Yeah,
They were
I'm
fun,
not-
though.
I struggle to remember exactly what I'm not so sure that it was necessarily like the fact that there was an agent mode, although that was pretty awesome. I think I didn't use that till later. I think I started out heavily using the other combat style or styles. I can't even remember. He only
Yeah.
has 2, I think, in this
Yeah, it
game.
just
Only
got
2.
the dragon and the agent style, yeah.
Yeah, I think the agent stuff really required you to invest into the different gadgets to really pay off, and I didn't do that for a bit. But it was something just about, I don't know, I've never really loved the action combat, I guess. Like, it's been passable, like, don't get me wrong. It's been okay in the other games. But it's never really gelled with me. This one felt smooth and like I had 0 issue with it. And so, yeah, I can't really put my finger on. I think they just refined it maybe a little bit. It felt better.
I can agree with that.
I think it takes a lot of the improvements that they made during the Judgment games. I think they incorporated a
yeah.
lot of that into it, and the fluidity kind of comes through.
I will say the only other things before we move on to Infinite Wealth, the live action cabaret was creepy as shit, and I never want to see that again.
Well, you
Ever.
saw it again in the next game. It came back.
I know, and I was so mad. I was so mad.
To be
I
fair,
also,
it's not the
will-
first live action.
I know,
No.
but this one had a particular
But
like
they've always been
overhang.
kind of creepy.
Like
Yeah.
this one gave me the ick pretty
It-
hard.
was
I remember.
it because of the first person view? Is that why?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, fair.
It didn't make me horny. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, this one felt more exploitative, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And the other thing I'm going to say is, I don't know how much you both did. I finished the game at about under 20 hours, but you get to a point in the game where I will say Kiryu feels hella OP. Like I was able to get like every single combat upgrade in the game. And then all of a sudden, like I will say the last boss battle for me because of that was a little trivial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was not great. I still think it's a really good system and everything. It was just one of those, I came out of it going, wow, you would never guess that Kiryu is an old man in this game.
They sure talk about it a lot, but then every battle he reverts back to young Kiryu.
Yeah,
it's true. You know, if you don't feel your age.
Well, I mean, Shishido did go through that battle with a dagger sticking in his hand, right? Or maybe he pulled it out, but like I remember that he definitely took one through his hand and still went on like a total boss.
So when I turn 40 in 2 weeks, can I do that?
I mean, if you want to, I wouldn't recommend it.
No, but will I have that youthfulness that I can just take a knife to the hand?
I wouldn't attempt it.
I mean, I don't recommend it for many reasons.
Man, turning 40 already sounds boring, you guys.
I mean, you're in Canada, so at least you can get it fixed for free, but...
Also true.
If you were a true Yakuza boss, you wouldn't need it fixed at all. What do you
No, it's true. I would just accept it. Like, it's okay, guys. This knife just lives here now.
I mean, what they all were like mortally wounded at that construction site battle, and all it takes for that is get into the car. Akame will fix you up. By the time you arrive at the next destination, you're good to go.
You know what? I just need an Akame.
Yep. Had she been mentioned yet?
No. I liked her though.
I dug her. She was awesome.
She was sassy. We like a sassy babe in Yakuza.
And that works for like the fact that he's got handlers, including her, and that kind of like that mission structure works in the game's favor.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree with that for sure.
Yeah, because he's a secret agent, and he's being, more or less given missions that all resemble the classic sub-stories, of course, but...
Yeah, he's Secret Agent Kiryu. Joryu.
Yeah.
I almost gave away his identity again. All right. Shall we move to Infinite Wealth?
Indeed. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth released on January 25th, 2024. Starring Ichiban just this time around, though, with Kiryu as I think he shows up in Hawaii for just a little bit and then fucks back off to Japan.
Yeah, you're sort of playing two sides in this game where you're doing all the Hawaii stuff with Ichiban and his and a crew of his own people, and then you're doing stuff in Japan with Kiryu and a crew around him.
Yeah.
And so the two stories do relate to each other because, basically the plot line is like the stuff happening in Hawaii is connected to the stuff happening in Japan, and so you kind of have these two sides looking into everything, and all that has to do with nuclear waste, which is
that's our topical thing in this Yakuza. This one's the nuclear waste that we got to get rid of.
Yep. How dare we have nowhere to put it? We will stick it here, and no one will know.
Toss it in a volcano. No one will ever notice.
The
Nuclear
good old
volcano.
Simpsons method.
You know what? Let's be real, though. Frank Scorpio may have had it right.
Yeah.
Just saying. He's also one of the best Simpsons characters ever. I don't care what anyone says.
I'm not well versed on my Simpsons stuff.
That's okay. Just know that
totally
he is
believe
a
you.
He is a Bond supervillain who his hideout is in a volcano, but he is disguised as a corporate man who hires Homer for unknown reasons to work at his company in a town where it is absolutely made by a corporation. It's a company town.
Sounds about right.
I actually saw that episode.
Yes. And
I don't watch much of Simpsons. I just was never really a fan, but I did see that episode.
Yes. Well, the whole nuclear waste thing in this one absolutely feels like that episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah. But worse.
Kelly's got it right.
But worse. Like, the Frank Scorpio guy, I mean, he did not do good, no. But these people were dicks.
See,
Yeah.
but here's the thing. Frank Scorpio had a doomsday device and he blew up France. So I think it's on par, I hate to say.
I mean, it is France, though.
Well, he even says, Homer, which country do you like like the least? Would like more, Italy or France? And he goes, Italy? And he goes, nobody ever says France. But yeah, no, we have evil recycling, nuclear waste nonsense. We have a cult.
Yep.
Gotta
Religious
have a cult.
Yeah,
Who are also a part of the recycling evilness.
When you break it down into it's a recycling cult, I mean that does sound so stupid.
But also so great.
really
With this
is.
series, that makes it great, right? Like it's utterly ridiculous.
I'm gonna defend that. I'm gonna say I don't like that aspect this time, but I am gonna defend it in saying that recycling cult stuff doesn't happen for a long time. Or maybe it's just because I played very slowly. I don't know. But for me, for my playthrough, a very long time, the only purpose of the plot was Ichiban has to find his mother. And
Yes.
I really enjoyed I think in the entire series that that plot device was the most like scaled back that the series has ever been, and I thought it was great. And I kept thinking in my head, oh wow, yeah, this is Yakuza kind of like a minimalist plot like this really worked for me. And then you're right. Then the recycle cult showed up, and
well, the recycle cult was her mom was involved with the recycle cult.
well, but you don't know that for a while, and even
Yeah.
once you do find out the cult connection, what turns out to be the cult, the recycling stuff comes even later. Like,
Yeah.
that's when it did lose me a little bit as far as the storyline goes, but it was okay because by then it wasn't even about Ichiban for me anymore. By the time that whole recycling crap gets brought up, the whole game is just about, okay, fine, I'll play the Ichiban chapter, whatever. Let me get back to Kiryu and his
And Dante's quest to make sure he has no regrets. Yeah.
and their quest to ruin my life for several weeks.
And which we all cry. Yep.
Oh my god!
Well, you guys did. I don't have. I didn't really play Yakuza 1 through 6 or Man Who Erased His Name, so I didn't have the same connection. But I will say, I thought it was very cool that he was like going and seeing how the characters that he met through all those different games, are doing in currently, like the ones who ran a cabaret club in one of the games. I don't, which one it was. I don't.
Yuya
Zero.
and Katsuya.
I like the fact they tried to start a new one, and one of the gals was now trying really badly at being a restaurateur.
Yeah. The bucket list.
Yeah.
And this is what I meant by I would highly recommend not starting with this. I would highly recommend not playing this game until you've played all the other ones, right? Because you mentioned the two hostesses starting their business, and that's fine. I don't think anybody who played Zero had, the biggest connection to the host club, right? Although that was a fun minigame. I love the host club. But anyway, we've had that conversation before when we did
Table 5.
I mean,
Yakuza Zero.
I started at 6 infamously just because we had a backtrack coming up on it and it had cat cafes, and I didn't feel like I did miss anything by not having played them all at that point, but I can see how somebody who has been through the series would get a little bit misty-eyed.
Well, here's one you probably wouldn't know if you started with 6, because the first callback to a character you probably have not ever seen since then. Guys, we're just jumping like right into
Go for it.
But yeah, I mean, we got it. I've had this on my mind for a few weeks. I have to vent, and I need my therapy right now, please. The second Date, so every time you do these Kiryu bucket list items, every now and then Date will send him a text message saying, hey, like you've basically cleared enough points in this bucket list mini game that I've got the next big event for you, and that's when he dredges up these characters from Kiryu's past. And the first, so I will admit I got a little bit emotional when he took him to the host club to see. I can't remember the name of the former kid, now grown up firefighter, like we mentioned him earlier from the orphanage. That was awesome. But the first time I actually, like, I don't know, I think my heart skipped a beat when Date kind of started dropping hints, and I could figure, and like I was able to figure out right before he mentioned it, like, oh shit, is this going to be Akiyama? Oh my God, it's Akiyama. And
My
he's
husband.
not been, yeah, everybody's right. Like,
Yeah.
who doesn't love Akiyama? And he's not been in the series since 5.
Yeah.
So,
And he's all
man.
pissed that like you've cut him out.
Yeah, that hit
Oh.
that hit hard. Seeing Akiyama again was great.
Yeah.
I loved how absolutely livid he was. I played it in Japanese because I only play these games in Japanese, but because you have Koichi Yamadera, like in his trademark voice, just being like you ditched me, like what the hell? And Kiryu's just like, might have been for a good reason. How dare you? You're supposed to love me the most.
Actually, I think I kind of got I got a little bit emotional when Date showed up.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
I've always loved Date. He was such a good sidekick.
Yeah. You know what? We're skipping
Yeah.
one of the most important things in the room, though. We got to fight a shark and an octopus.
Oh.
Yep, we got to punch both those things.
Those bosses were hard.
And Danny Trejo.
And Danny
Oh,
Trejo.
yeah, Danny Trejo.
We got to
yeah.
punch Danny Trejo. That was a big deal. I think I was kicking my feet when he was introduced because I was like, no way. I know they were saying he's in here somewhere, but also this is amazing.
He was a really good villain.
Yeah.
Dwight.
Dwight. What a white bro name. Dwight.
I love Danny Trejo and anything that he's in.
Me too.
Did you enjoy him speaking fluent Japanese?
Yeah.
in a very decidedly non-Danny Trejo voice.
He tried so hard.
And meanwhile, white man Bryce, what's his name? Bryce something or other,
Yeah.
the leader of the cult. Every time he spoke English, it was
man,
the
that was
worst.
terrible.
Bryce. Yeah,
It was so
no.
terrible.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that
I will
didn't-
say Bryce was kind of a lame villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In general, I knew what they were trying to do with the Pelicana because again, that is, literally where Kazuma's mom is. She is with the cult and everything. Even though, does she fully know it's a cult? Not really. And again, there's a wholesomeness to that.
No, I think
But-
she does because she was protecting the real leader.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. She knows, but at the same time, it's like
She knew it at
World
that
Cup.
point when she went into hiding, yes, but like the years in between,
Yeah.
no, I don't
she
think we
didn't
can-
know what she was getting into.
Well, it's more like it's shown off initially as more like religious order. They're helping
Yes.
out the
Yeah.
poor and the homeless and that kind of stuff.
That's how cults get you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
It's like this is you want to atone for something you did. Cool. Help people out. And again, there's something wonderful about what it stands for, but then as the game gives you all the sinister bits, you're like, oh boy.
Should we do plot?
The plot is just Kasuga ends up naked in Hawaii looking for mom.
That scene was amazing.
And not trying to show his winky, and then he gets a pet crayfish. And she's my favorite.
And anytime,
Olivia.
Olivia.
anytime I am playing or watching something and they do the Austin Powers style of censoring junk, I think that is the epitome of comedy.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
And it's perfect for Ichiban specifically. They could not get away with doing that with Kiryu because Kiryu is
Kiryu would be like,
serious.
whatever.
Kiryu's a virgin, okay? You can't get away with that in a way that Ichiban's such a goofball.
Mhm.
That this would happen. He would be the guy who would lose his trunks in the ocean. And wouldn't understand how he did it.
That's not what it was.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but I'm saying
I
He's
personally
that
love
dumb.
the fact that he's walking on the beach for a while and he doesn't
Yeah.
even realize he's butt naked.
He's like stretching his arms to the sky, just relaxing and soaking in the
Hello.
sun.
beautiful American woman. Hello. And then you're just like, He does not know his junk is hanging out.
No.
No. And it's also kind of implied he's kind of packing too.
Yeah, I think it is implied very much, yes.
Also, this is also a game about Ichiban having to make friends and collect Sujimon.
Yes, I forgot about the Pokemon mini game.
Yeah, like a lot of this game, when you start wandering, through Hawaii, it's a lot of him like learning how to use his smartphone. Boy needed a dumb phone, I hate to say. And then learning the social medias to make friends, you get quests. He even
I
has
didn't
his
really
own-
do that. I didn't really do that side quest.
Yeah. He also
I did a
has
little bit of it.
bar he hangs out at, and he makes new friends in Hawaii.
Are you
One of
talking
them
about
is
the actual
Kiryu.
party members?
Yes. Yes.
I went into this game pretty blind, other than I knew they were going to Hawaii. And so, boy, I was surprised that it took hours to get to Hawaii. The first several hours were in Yokohama still. And I've not made it a secret that Like a Dragon 7 is not really my favorite in any way. Not the combat, not the story, not the party members. I love the new Hawaiian friends that Ichiban makes. I was actually kind of bummed out when the old crew came back later.
I was the opposite. I was so happy to see Naji and Namba, thank you. And the other guy that was the
Adachi.
security,
Adachi,
Adachi, because I loved those guys in the first game.
Well, yeah, but you did get them at the beginning of this game.
Yeah.
For a little while. I would have been okay if they had put their time in the first chapter or two, and then it was all Hawaii after that. But okay, it's fine. I don't have any animosity.
I like both groups.
I just preferred the Hawaii. To me, the Hawaiian group just hit better. I don't know. Chitose to me is just so much more interesting than Psycho from the previous game.
Chitose's a delight.
Yeah.
I was
also
actually
like
very
Taxi
excited
Cab
that
guy.
I will say I was actually very excited that we got the Korean Mafia chick as a playable character in this one.
Sonhee?
Thank you. No, the chick, not the guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy is Han Ji-hoon.
Yeah.
But I might be slightly off on that. No, and it's Tomizawa, so Tomi and Chi-chan, right, in Hawaii. And the way Ichiban always just, like the way he immediately, well, first of all, they
one of them
both
holds him up.
Yeah, I was going to say, one of them robs him at gunpoint and steals everything from him. The other one drugs him and then steals the only thing he's got left, which is his passport, and dumps him out on the beach to get arrested by the cops.
And his clothes. She stole his clothes too.
And the very next time he meets them, he's like, these are my best friends ever.
And it's Ichiban.
And he gives them nicknames, and he's just like so jovial. Like, how can you not love any friend of his when he's like, Tomi, Chi-chan,
Well, some of it too is he stands up for them because like when he runs into them again, they're the ones like in trouble, and he stands up for them.
Yeah,
and that's Ichiban. That's just Ichiban himself too. He stands up for people.
Yeah, Tomi's he's in the gang with what's that villain's name? I loved him. He was so good. Yamai? Yeah, Yamai. Oh yeah, so Tomi's in his gang, in this local Hawaiian gang that constantly crosses paths with Ichiban, and he kind of helps him. Tomi wants to leave, so he kind of helps him like break away from the gang. And then later they follow Chitose because she still has his passport, and she's gone off into this unsavory part of town, District 5, I think is what they called it. And they follow her in there, and that's where they battle Dwight.
Yeah.
Dwight.
And is that what you meant? Like Chitose wasn't really in trouble though, was she?
No, she was in trouble later because she was also selling information to either the Japanese government or Bryce. I forget which.
Well, she was you're talking about like when like way later when the bag people catch back up with them and stuff. Yeah. She'd been leaking information. She's being blackmailed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's another character whose name also escapes me that Ichiban meets on the plane and immediately becomes friends with.
Yeah, the one who's in the wheelchair.
The wheelchair, and he turns out to be the biggest scumbag.
I think in English he's also the one voiced by Daniel Day Kim.
Oh, as a huge Lost fan, I should have recognized that.
I'm a huge fan of Daniel Day Kim, so yeah, no. And
Bon
that
voyage! Bon voyage!
Bon voyage!
Ichiban.
He was an interesting villain too, actually, I will say.
The
The
wheelchair
villains
guy?
in this one were very interesting. Were a lot more dynamic than the ones in. I mean, granted, even Yamai, who is a complete asshole like all the entire game, we find out much later in the game he was actually protecting Ichiban's mom. And so, like all of them, even when they were complete assholes, there was more dynamicism to them than the ones in, I think, the original Like a Dragon.
Yeah, protecting her sort of. He was kind of looking for her, but it was he also enjoyed that the other gangs looking for her were unable to enter his territory. Like he wanted to keep, so he didn't do it purely for unselfish reasons. But you say he's an asshole. He was until he becomes your bestie, like all the other Yakuza villains. No, I loved him.
Ichiban is the golden retriever of the Yakuza.
Oh yes, yes he is.
Like everything with him really is just, we could just be friends, you know. If we were friends, it would be okay. Let's be friends. I say this as my golden retriever is literally sitting next to me. But there's he's so sincere, right? And his way of wanting to help people differs from Kiryu in such a way where it's more like he's very loud about everything.
Yeah, he was the perfect character to put into Hawaii, and then give that insane social action of greeting everybody on the street to make friends with them, because that is very pure Ichiban in Hawaii. Aloha everywhere he goes, right?
Yeah, I liked that mini game just because it was fun just to go into a new area and see how many people you could wave at and get them to wave back.
Yeah. Kiryu would never.
American woman.
Imagine Kiryu doing that.
He would not.
No, they would. People would come up to him and do their greeting at him, and he'd just look at him and say,
What are you talking about?
"Nani?" Yes, Nani.
Nani. Also, let's count let's talk about some of the side quests, because we did sort of mention like the Sujimon too, which is based, instead of beating up all the Sujimon, you don't just beat them up, you actually collect them like Pokemon.
Yep.
Was that not in the last one?
You didn't collect them, you just beat them up.
Oh, okay. So that aspect was new. I never really did that in 7.
Yeah, they
How Nintendo didn't send them a cease and desist for some of the quest names, I have no idea.
Yep.
Catch that, Sujimon!
Yeah.
And the fact that your quote unquote starters were red, green, and blue was just peak.
Yeah. And then we had Roomba scientists come back too.
Oh, I love when he calls Ichiban Lord Shrub. It's my favorite thing.
Lord Shrub!
Yes.
I played these in English. The English dubbing on these are very good.
I do believe it, but I
refuse.
I will never.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. I at least can say the dubs. These are very well done dubs.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they have money for it now.
Yeah.
There was another character, a small character in some very unrelated quest, who also refers to Ichiban as Shrubby. I can't remember who. Like she did.
It's a girl?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and she's not calling him that. She's just describing how he looks. Like that guy looks shrubby. I just got such a kick out of it.
And of course the diaper dude's back.
Yes.
Those crazies.
That was who said earlier that was wholesome, because it really was.
Well, the first part of But the first part of the diaper dude quest is you running into the diaper dudes, and of course it always quicks me out. But then later,
No, actually, there's more.
You don't. You
Yeah.
save them. Remember it. You see the bassinet like running down
this
the
one.
hill. Going,
This
right.
one
You're
is
like,
like
oh my
the.
god! Gotta
Yeah,
save
this
it.
one the girl is pushing the bassinet,
Yeah.
and she's like, "My baby."
Because it gets well. First of all, this isn't the beginning. The beginning of the quest line is finding the man who keeps throwing shave ice on his head.
Yep.
And you can't figure out why, but then he eventually comes to tell Ichiban, because he has a wife that's dying, and he's trying to make it snow. He's trying to figure out the right combination, I guess, of ice to recreate snow for her one time, because it's like the thing either she never got to see snow, or she saw it one time and she always wanted to see it. It's her dying wish. So
I think it was like she was from some place that had snow, and now of course
maybe.
Hawaii doesn't. Something like
Japan, probably Japan. Like they went to Japan one time and it snowed or something. Fast forward 20 hours until you randomly stumble on the other part of this quest, where the lady in the mall, this is what you were talking about. The stroller she loses her grip on a stroller as it tumbles down the escalator. Ichiban's at the bottom. Of course, she's yelling, go get my baby. The stroller then proceeds at I don't know, 100 miles an hour to basically drive 6 blocks through the city while Ichiban's racing after it. When he catches it, he's like, "I got you, little guy," or whatever. And inside the stroller is the Yakuza family boss in his diapers. Gaga goo goo, gaga goo goo. But the best part is after they have a quick little conversation with the man still lying in the stroller, by the way. He dozes off, right? Because he had a bottle, and after a bottle he always gets sleepy. And while he's asleep, my jaw hit the ground. Out of nowhere, 5 other strollers come racing around the corner, completely unmanned, and with race car sound effects, and surround Ichiban, and it's the rest of the guy's family, and then you have to beat them up a little bit.
Yeah, because they think you've kidnapped their boss again.
It's hilarious, and then it seems like it's 2 completely unrelated things, and then to tie it all together, turns out that they run back into the man with the dying wife, and they figure out that the diaper filling once it mixes with water or with shave ice or whatever, it has the perfect consistency for snow. So they get together. The diaper boys get together with Ichiban to shovel diaper filling off the man's roof to make his wife think it's snowing. It is incredible.
And they're like,
It is ridiculous.
bring the extra, supplies we brought. But sir, that's all we have. I don't care. We must make this man's wish come true.
And this is like a character who showed up I think one time in Yakuza 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever, and was kind of like a weirdo, and now he's just the most likable guy because he was willing to put their entire diaper stash on the line to make this man's wife, and then she dies.
Yeah.
What the hell? What is this?
It's like, thank you, game, for taking my most hated quest type in the Yakuza series and making it give me allergies.
What do you mean your most hated quest type?
The baby thing creeps me out.
Yeah, it is. But that's so great but yeah, I'm not crying. You're crying. I got some diaper filling in my eye. That's what happened.
Ew. I mean, the Gondwara family is.
Yeah, you're right.
They're a very well done skit and that's the thing about, and I was mentioning this when Scott from RPGfan.com was playing Like a Dragon a few weeks ago, is that some of the side missions in these games, they're very silly. But some of them are very heartfelt and very emotional. I was actually explaining to a coworker that one of the quests in the previous game, Just Like a Dragon, was you escorting around this ghost so she could basically have a date.
I believe it. I don't remember it.
Look, the important thing is that the least wholesome, subseries is Snap That Sickos, where you ride a trolley and you take pictures of weird men.
Ah,
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap, but for perverts.
Yep. Also,
That one
I'm
is
gonna
actually
be.
my favorite.
It is one of my favorites too. I thought it was so funny, and I've
was-
played it so many times.
It was so
I-
bad and so great at the same time.
Yeah, I don't stop until I S rank every single stage on that.
Every sicko.
Every
Gotta
single.
get them all.
Gotta get them all.
All right.
I
Before you
really
guys continue, I'm gonna head
Yeah.
off because I gotta
Okay.
get up early.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can't
Thank
wait
you,
to listen
Sam.
to the rest of this. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I
So,
I wish there had been more sicko stages. That was the mini game I think I enjoyed the most.
you didn't get sucked into Animal Crossing?
No.
Oh,
No, wait. I got sucked into it for a day, but I'll mention like I do have something to say about that, but I'll wait a little while. No, I didn't get no, and the Sujimon Stadium is not really like Pokemon's not really my thing. I dealt with it, but I didn't enjoy it. But the Sicko Snap was just fast and like in and out, and you're done, and it was enjoyable. I liked it.
I can't even remember the actual name of the Animal Crossing mini game.
Dondoko.
Dondoko Island.
Yeah.
I spent like a week on that trying to max out everything and get my island up to max level.
Yeah, 4 stars.
For 4 stars. And it was a decent moneymaker for the game too. That and the stock market. I think it was the stock market / real estate.
No, that was from the. Was it in the first game?
Yeah,
in
the
Like a Dragon?
Yeah.
stock market stuff was like a dragon, not
That's
Okay,
been in
so
it. There's
I'm
been a lot of
thinking-
games with that, but this one didn't have it.
I'm thinking the real estate then, aren't I?
Yeah, that's not in this one.
What was the mini game where you had to do the apology thing if the stocks were down? Was that
That was
That was
seven.
Like a
Yeah,
Dragon.
that was 7. We had to do like
Okay.
board meetings with the chicken.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I think I played these games sort of back to back, so they ran together in my head.
You get to go to Ichiban Confections in Yokohama, and you get to see the chicken.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like
And, and Aries now in charge of the company.
yeah. So it is there, but the mini game isn't.
Okay.
Yeah, this one had the crazy delivery, the
Yeah.
crazy taxi
Oh yeah, Crazy
kickoff.
Taxi.
Yeah.
Was
The
it, I think it
only
was called Crazy Dash?
delivery dash maybe.
Yeah, Delivery Dash, because it was a playoff of DoorDash. I remember that. but-
DoorDash. You mean Crazy Taxi?
No, it was a play off
Oh,
of
the name off of the name of the
because you were
company. Okay.
delivering food.
Yeah.
The I think maybe the only mini game that returned was can collecting,
Yeah, I remember that one.
which is okay. It's interesting that one made a comeback.
Every time I play any of these games, I get obsessed with collecting the soundtracks because it's all classic Sega music. Although I know it was in Pirate Yakuza, I don't know if it was in this one. At some point, Sega bought Rovio, so the Angry Birds soundtrack was in there for some reason.
Oh, they bought Rovio a long time ago.
Yeah, so it was hilarious every once in a while, just hearing the Angry Birds theme just pop in for no reason.
I was a little bit upset early on in Yokohama before you even get to Hawaii. You start unlocking some podcasts. Like there might be I think it's a side mission where you save like this radio show host, podcast host. You do something to help her. And so she clues you in, oh, I do a podcast or I do a radio show. I can't remember what they call it. But she says you should listen to it. And then you have access to several like these short sound files on your phone that is the podcast. And I was upset that it is not translated or subtitled. Like I was very interested to, while I'm walking around Yokohama, let me listen to this. And it's all Japanese, no subtitles, unless I missed something crucial. And I was a little bit upset by that.
Yeah, that is kind of annoying, especially since if you're used to playing like GTA, some of those things can be pretty funny.
True, yeah. I didn't think about it could be silly like Grand Theft Auto. So-
My husband would get annoyed at me. I'd be like, "Sweetie, come down here and translate this for me."
So we said that that Ichiban is like the funny side of Yakuza more or less, right? And
More often.
yeah, but he still had the first, what I thought was the first real like emotional scene in the game. Because, and this is pretty much where the story turns too, because up until then I was loving the story. It really was just I want to find my mom. Well, I have to find my mom because Captain Sawashiro told me I had to. But whatever his reason is, like he's not really all that interested in forming a relationship with her, which I can understand. The man is in his 40s. He's never met his mom. He's never had a mom. It's not something that he suddenly needs, right? It's not something that he suddenly wants. He's fine without having the mother, but he has to find her because somebody I can't remember what I don't know if they ever even. Okay, yeah, I remember now. His task is he has to give his mom the little vial of ashes of Captain Arakawa.
Yeah.
His father and her former, love and there's a whole tragic thing between the two of them of why it was never meant to be. So anyway, he wants to deliver her the ashes, and so I like that story. It's so simple and it's kind of humane, right? Talk about like it's the polar opposite to what did Sam call it, or what did you guys call it? Cult recycling, the recycle cult.
Yeah.
Yes.
I typically don't really love when the Yakuza games storyline gets super embroiled with like the politics of Japan or America or whatever. Like stuff like that doesn't super interest me, never has, never will. So I like the story for what it was. So anyway, and so what I was saying is it has the first emotional scene because eventually, after I don't know how many times they lose like her trail, his mom's trail. They track him down. They have to save her like eight different times, but eventually he gets his moment where he's walking with his mom on the beach in this little scene, and they have a chat, like a honest emotional talk. And the rest of the gang, I think they even kind of comment on it. They're like, we need to hang back. We need to give them the time to talk. And man, that hit. I don't even know if it hit like on like an Ichiban level, more like being empathetic to his mom. I mean, as much as he's finding his mother, it's also for her son, whom she's never met.
No.
Because of the thing with like the coin lockers, and she's never seen her son. And she gets to talk to him on, they walk down the beach and it was kind of emotional, man.
And yet the skeptical side of me the whole time was worrying about him getting the rug pulled out under him and that mom being an imposter or something like that. Yeah. I'm glad that never happened, but that would have been a very interesting twist.
I'm glad they did not do that.
No, I'm glad that they did not do that either. I was just expecting it because I've seen it so many times in other media.
That would have been mean-spirited, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then it goes back to silly stuff, and then that's when the recycling stuff gets brought into it. And I think to me, at that point, it becomes more of an Ichiban game than it. No, sorry, wrong thing. It's more of a Kiryu game after that. Mm-hmm. What's next?
What else have we missed? I mean, the combat is basically the same as Like a Dragon.
Jobs.
Yeah, there were some new jobs.
Yeah, I did like it. I like it better again in this one. Maybe I'm just more used to it. I don't know. I never really cared for it. Maybe I needed a game to get acclimated to it. I don't know. I enjoyed it okay in this one.
I think the little bit the few extra jobs kind of did help with the variety of the combat.
Especially for the female characters, because the female characters had like almost no jobs in the last game. Even with like the extra jobs they added, I think they only had like 5 total with their base one counting.
Yeah,
I like that there were Hawaii centric jobs. What were they?
Surfer.
The Aquanaut. Another
Five.
one was the like the shaka guy. Is that what it's
Yeah.
or the haka? Boy, really butchering
The
any
fire
kind of
dancers.
Fire dancers.
cultural knowledge here.
I
I also liked how you got the jobs. You had to go visit the travel agent and book these excursions in and around Hawaii. And then usually in some comical way, whatever activity they were doing inspired them to come up with a new job class for combat.
I just love the idea of a job system in a video game that's just normal ass jobs, but made in a combat situation.
so I pulled up the list here of the jobs. So and this is all the jobs. So there's host, hero, Dragon of Dojima, idol, housekeeper. Now some of these are like base jobs for like heroes, obviously like Ichiban's base job. Dragon of Dojima, obviously Kiryu's base job. Desperado, cabbie, homeless guy, barmaid, heiress, assassin, action star, night queen, hitman, tennis ace, linebacker.
Those last two are DLC, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Night Queen is basically a dominatrix, by the way.
Yeah.
She has a move. Is this okay to mention here? I don't know that is this a section for later for us to talk about?
No.
Oh, go ahead.
She has a move, a healing move where she steps right in front of her victim, let's say, whoever she's trying to heal, and her hand kind of goes south below the border a little bit, and then she like digs her claws into a special area down there. You don't get to see what it is, but whoever it is kind of gets this expression. They turn their head up to the sky and they get this expression of relief on their face.
Yeah. So
And then they get HP. And you can do it to a man or to a woman. And they have different things that they say when you pull that move on them.
yeah. There's also Aquanaut. Let's see. Pyro Dancer, the fire dancers. Samurai. Breaker was like a lot of the ones from the previous game are back.
Yeah.
So Breaker, Chef.
All of them, I think, probably, right?
Kunoichi, female ninjas.
Yeah. And there's a samurai, did you say already, I think?
Yeah. Geodancer. Let's see. Then, of course, the freelancers. Sujimancer for Ichiban, where he basically summons the Sujimon you have collected. So,
Yeah,
but no,
that's probably all
I
of
felt
them.
the jobs in this one were a lot more fun.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
And especially and I like the fact they actually made something about acquiring the job instead of like the first one, you would just go to the job agency and be like, oh, you're now this, and oh, job. No, this one you actually get that like see the spark of inspiration while they're doing something in Hawaii. Like, I'm trying to remember. There was one I really enjoyed.
There's one he goes skydiving.
No,
think-
it was the tennis one actually.
Oh, I didn't do the DLC, so I don't know about those.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the tennis one was pretty good. But yeah, no, it still was really awesome just seeing how they did that. Like Aquanaut, they would be like on the beach surfing and they are, hang out on the beach and then they see like this guy surfing on a dolphin. Because that was one of the moves that the Aquanaut would have is attacking people with dolphins that they surf on.
I enjoyed some of those special moves. There were some really funny, creative moves that they have at higher levels. Like Zhao I think he's the only one that can be a chef. No, that's not true. Sorry, he's not a chef. He's a
Gangster.
Is he the hitman?
No, Hitman is fake
What is
mafia,
he?
but boss doppelganger guy.
Yeah, okay. Then I forget what Zhao's job was, but whatever his base job was.
Gangster.
Oh, gangster. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, one of his moves is inspired by him owning a restaurant in the game, and it's where he summons a giant wok. With the enemies like wake up and find themselves in a wok, and he's like pushing it around, sautéing it over a flame. He does like a somersault over it, sprinkles a pinch of salt into it. So he's cooking the enemies, and at the end he serves them up, I should say, on a plate. and that's the move. There's some super creative ones in there.
Honestly, that's a lot better than his ultimate move in the first game, where it was him doing the acrobatics with the ladder.
That one's in here too.
Oh, okay.
They have that one as well. Did you guys ever see one of the Adachi, the detective? One of his moves where he has to defuse a bomb. Has anybody seen that?
Yeah.
Yes.
That one is also hilarious. Where the enemies are tied to chairs with a bomb between them. He comes in to defuse it, but he cuts the wrong wire, and the bomb quickly ticks down, and he just goes, "Fuck it, I'm out of here," and he runs away while they explode. It's great.
The cartoon violence in these games is just peak.
Well, it's okay because it's understood that it's there. Remember, all the moves are called essence of whatever, right? So basically, I think what they're saying is, I'm going to hurt you as much as being blown up in an explosion would hurt. So there is no real explosion. It's just whatever he's really doing to him has that same effect.
Or maybe there is. It's just silly. I don't know.
Like I said, cartoon violence is what it comes off as to me.
Yeah, I'm really hoping there's a third game, because I actually did see an interview where they talked about Ichiban's story and Ichiban's games, where they are treated as the last, it's going to be his last game, because they don't know if they will make another game with him. So, but I really kind of hope so, because to me, Ichiban is not the hero the world needs, but he is the hero the world deserves.
I just like Ichiban because he's so lighthearted and goofy, but also has a really good heart.
Yeah.
Or maybe I got that backwards. But I feel he is the hero of our times, because he is lighthearted, and the world needs more humor in it. The world is too serious.
And I don't mind Kiryu being serious just because it does provide some laughs, but Ichiban in these games in some of the hilarious situations just makes me smile so hard.
Speaking of Kiryu, right? While Ichiban's doing his thing, finding his mom, and then dealing with the cult in Hawaii, Kiryu eventually gets shipped back to Yokohama because he's got cancer and he needs to go. I don't know, because he has cancer, he needs to go back to Japan, even though he's never shown to actually consult like a doctor or rest or anything like that. He has to go. So his storyline from that point, other than him following up on his bucket list, which is, honestly is optional, his storyline is he's involved with like the Cereal clan, who's also got his hands in this recycling scheme. And I guess they're the ones
they're
who
the Japanese half of this scheme.
Yeah. And they're the ones who kind of set Ichiban in motion to begin with. I mean, they're kind of the catalyst in the game to begin with. And so the head of the Kiryu clan. Now, what a shocker. It's another Yakuza boss who had a tough upbringing and actually hates the Yakuza because he hates his father. And he wants to I don't even know if RGG Studios understands it anymore at this point. He gets the disbanded Yakuza back together because he wants to kill them. I think so.
Yeah.
Because he wants to ship them off to the radioactive dump and let them die. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. So that they suffer. Okay, sure.
Because he's part of Bleach Japan.
Well, yeah, they reform that, but that's just the public front for it, right? So it's all done like under legal that it appears above board. I don't know. It's just another, to me, it's just another like big bad Yakuza boss who really doesn't like the Yakuza. I gotta fight him, and so Kiryu does.
Oh, we forgot one of the most important subplots of the game, by the way. Part of the whole thing going on with Ichiban too is that he is also trying to date a Psycho.
He actually proposes to her.
Oh god!
Yeah.
That's right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
They go on a date, and at the end of the date, he's like, "Will you marry me?" And she's like, "I'm think I'm going to go home now.
Yeah.
Although they do sort of work it out by the end, but not fully.
Well,
I did,
this is like 2 years later or whatever.
yeah, I did very much chuckle when he pulls off his jacket or whatever, and underneath he has a shirt that says "I Heart Ichiban" on the front, or on the back, and on the front it says "I Heart Psycho."
No, it was a little much, man. And then and then while in Hawaii, you can bang all the chicks.
Oh
Yeah,
God! That mini game.
I never do the dating mini games in these games.
Oh, I'm not talking the dating mini game.
What other chicks then?
Well, I will tell you, the crafter girl, she's a little domineering.
The Julie's Gearworks.
Yep, Julie pins you down to her workbench and has her way with you.
Well, when does that happen? Because I thought I did everything for her.
Apparently not.
No, I don't remember that.
I do.
Mhm.
Or actually, was it her or the gal at the academy?
The Academy girl gets a crush on Ichiban if you get all the test scores.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and she pulls you into the alley.
yeah, she
That's
does. Yeah,
Julie
don't-
does something with you too. I forget what it was though.
don't talk back. Don't talk bad about Julie. She's pure.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, and yeah, the academy shows up with the guy from the last time. And yeah, he's still very bad with women. And what's funny is like you do it in the alleyway across from the academy, and after the gal from the academy, has her fun with you, he comes running out because he saw it.
Yeah, I think Ichiban makes some kind of comment about how experienced she is. I feel like I do remember that.
So, yeah, because I don't know if there was a scene where like all the different girls sort of gang up on Ichiban like the first game, but
Definitely not that I've seen.
I don't remember. Because I did almost everything in this game. I'm going to check. I'm pulling up my. Oh no, I still have like a ton of achievements left. Let's see.
They usually have brutally hard achievements.
Yeah, I with the mainline games, I usually have to cut it off for myself at some point. Otherwise, I'll be spending months on these.
I've never been interested in learning mahjong to get everything.
Yeah,
Well-
a lot of them are tied to the mini game.
I was gonna save that till later, but since it's kind of come up already, this is one of my favorite Yakuza games. I'm not prepared to say like number one. I doubt it because there's too many other really, really good ones. But I think it's already up there.
Yeah.
And this one resonated enough with me where I'm almost there. Gonna go for the for the platinum on PlayStation, which like Josh and Kelly said, I've always cut myself off. It's just too much nonsense. But it isn't quite as bad in this one. It definitely doesn't. It hasn't taken me months. I think I only had the only thing I have left to do is the island resort, as somebody was asking earlier.
That was me.
I was a little bit scared when you said it. What did you say? Months? It took
No,
you months?
just like a week.
Okay, great. Just a week.
Yeah. So most of the stuff I'm taking a look. Some of it is like
You don't have to do mahjong.
Yeah, no mahjong, none of the card games. You do have to do Doki Doki Dondoko Island.
Doki Doki Island. You have to do you know what the mini games are pretty doable because you don't have to become a master at them. The only two that you have to spend a little bit of time on is the Sujimon Arena, or not the arena, but the actual storyline, because there are multiple side stories connected to that, and then and Doki Doki Island, which I think sounds way better.
And don't be too intimidated about that, because one, I love Animal Crossing, and two, I have an addictive personality, so that particular aspect of the game just called to me.
And there was the segues.
Segways.
You get to travel around on the rider things.
I
which is
hardly
good.
ever used it because I'd always accidentally crash into stuff.
No, I like that they have that. That's there's sometimes there's different things like a skateboard you can use in the Judgment games, and I don't know if the other games had any like a quicker traversal mechanic. Maybe not, but this one's good. I do like that you have that. I really so just I guess it kind of in summary, right? Because I'm not sure like is there anything left in the story that's like a moment that we haven't really.
I mean, we have the roundtable coming up.
Yeah, but I mean, like we pretty much wrapped it up because
Yeah.
it's a pretty low key story about finding his mom at first, and then it
Goes
turns into more Yakuza conspiracy. But it's kind of just exactly what that sentence entails, right? Like basically beat up the Yakuza people to stop them from doing their bad thing. I mean, as far as the story goes, I don't think that to me, and like I said already, like it just becomes more of a Kiryu's bucket list story at that point.
Or that's what connects with you more. Certainly,
Yeah.
if you're a longtime fan. Yeah.
Yeah, for the second half of the game, yeah. So then as a like summary sentence, like I love Hawaii as a location here.
Oh,
It's definitely
I
better
like
than
that
some
way
of the
than
yeah.
Yokohama. Yeah, Yokohama is almost too big.
No, I
For
I
it
don't
was
mind
for me.
Yokohama. Yeah, no, I haven't thought about size. I always stay away from like the park in Chinatown in Yokohama because it's just up there in the corner. I have to it takes forever to walk to, and I have
Yeah.
to take a cab. And all right, so but like size, notwithstanding, I mean, I don't know. The Hawaii map's pretty large.
Yeah. I don't know. Like the feel
Yeah,
in Hawaii is just like
it's the beach.
it feels more
man.
lived in. For some reason, it feels more lived in than Yokohama did. For some reason, Yokohama to me felt a little bit more sterile.
Yeah, true. It's touristy, right? It's Waikiki Beach. Tam, you were going to talk about locations, by the way.
I was, but that was going to be part
Oh,
of
later?
roundtable.
Okay, my bad. So all right. So maybe I'll save it too. But just as a statement, I really like this location, which is brand new for the series. And the last time they had like a new location would have been in maybe Yakuza, 6 had. What was it? I can't remember.
Oh
Okinawa?
crap!
Okinawa. No, was it Okinawa?
No. It was
No, that was 3.
It was near Nagasaki, and what was the name of the town?
Uh,
Oh, geez.
Well, it has the mascot. What was the mascot?
Onamichi.
Yes,
Onamichi.
Onamichi. Also Onamichio.
Yeah.
No, that was his name. And the
Yeah,
city was
Onomichio is the mascot.
So that was good. But like prior to that, like 5, I think had some new locations, which I was like, no, they never really resonated with me. But I really like Waikiki or Honolulu, I guess it is, and I don't know, they kind of mashed a bunch of stuff together. you can you walk 5 feet away from Waikiki and you're in Honolulu.
Well, Waikiki is the beach in Honolulu.
Okay,
It's
all right,
Waikiki
there you go.
Beach.
But it was a really fun location in either way.
Yes.
Doesn't Onomichi come back in
Yes.
this one?
Yes, he's all over one of the dungeons, which are still pretty crappy, I gotta say.
Wasn't there also Robomichi?
Yeah.
Yes, that's actually what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they reference the character multiple times. Like you can find Onomichio merch in the different Hawaiian like beachside tourist stores.
I know that you can get him in the claw machines.
Yeah, and
'Cause,
and yeah.
Because every Yakuza game, I've always got to clean out the claw machines.
There's a Kiryu side quest. Oh, by the way, we haven't even mentioned you get to go back to Kamurocho as Kiryu.
I mean, we kept saying he went back to Japan.
Well, that's Yokohama, right? But then, like, as a special thing, you also get to travel around Kamurocho, mostly just to relive Kiryu's past moments with the memories of a dragon, the little remembrance spots that are all over the map that you have to activate to get little sound clips of. Oh, this
is where this happened.
This manhole cover reminds me of the time I spent doing whatever, which is literally what he says up in what is that? Is that a children's park or whatever in the area?
Yeah.
He looks at the manhole cover and that triggers some really sentimental memories within him.
Wasn't the manhole cover where he remembers like essentially from Yakuza 1 where Oh crap! What's his name is popping out everywhere.
Majima? No.
Majima everywhere. Yeah, yeah.
No. I don't remember Majima everywhere ever being referenced. When the manhole cover, it makes him think of the time Akiyama went down there and spent some time
Yeah, yeah.
living with the homeless. The song that they play, there's a little every time you trigger one of those Kiryu memories is also really, really good. That's all I can say about it. I can't sing it for you, and I don't know the name of it, but it's very well done. And it's kind of how I also feel. I think we've said this before, but at this point, like definitely Kamurocho, but other places like Yokohama, there's been so many things over like the course of, I don't know, 13 games at this point, that have happened on these maps. So like when I play a game, like if I'm playing Infinite Wealth and I'm walking around Kamurocho, I remember, oh, that's where the I always forget Judgment guy's name. Yagama? Is it the Yagama Detective Agency or
Yagami?
Something? You got the Yagami. Okay, so like if I'm walking past the Sega arcade and then I got to just real quick glance up at the second floor of that corner building because I know that's where the Yagami Detective Agency is. So like I have my own memories like that. So that was a lot of fun getting to do that. As it was fun and also kind of sad to do that as Kiryu. I didn't know where it was going, right? Like, is he, I mean, I think it was just as likely that he's going to die.
Yeah.
Like, it's setting me up with all this stuff. So I actually spent several days, like when I was at the point of no return, where you wrap up Kiryu's storyline. Because I think first you wrap up, I thought you wrapped
Hawaii
up first.
I thought you wrapped them up in reverse. I thought Ichiban's was second and Kiryu's was first.
I don't remember. I was gonna say
or
the
maybe
other
you
way.
have a choice.
No, I think the choices don't come till the point is, it doesn't really matter which one's first. When I got to Kiryu's point of no return, at which point they say, you will not be able to, and I was probably like 70-30, like they are going to kill him off. Like there's all this buildup is going to lead to he's going to die, right? So I took several extra days before proceeding with his story to really just do everything on Kiryu's maps. Because I was, like I said, I was fairly certain it was going down a path I did not care to. I really thought I was not going to like it. So with all that said, he does not die.
No, he finally finds the will to live and go and get treatment for cancer. And he's taking back his name.
And his name, yeah. And not just that, but in that post credit scene that you're talking about, where you get to see him with his getting his treatment, the first thing you see in that scene is two hands, like a child's hand gripped in an adult hand, walking down the hospital corridor. Like that's, and you'll know in a moment who it is anyway. But immediately I was like, oh God, that's Haruka and Haruto, isn't it? Oh no! What am I about?
Yeah.
Like, first of all, I can't believe they're actually. I mean, they show up in a scene earlier where Kiryu kind of listens outside the door of Serena, or New Serena, I guess at this point. Which, by the way, I love every game that lets me go back to New Serena.
Always, I have.
I don't know
memories
why.
there.
Isn't that? Josh, what's wrong with us?
I don't know. Well, I mean, that was one of the good parts where Kiryu, I think it was one of those memories where he goes out behind Serena. He's like, "Oh man, I used to get into a lot of fights back here."
Yeah, I remember.
Yes,
I remember
every game lures you back into that little alley behind Serena.
And I feel like I remember all of those as if like they had happened to me, and there's something so like realistic about it. It's kind of worrying, if I'm really honest. I know I remember parts of Kiryu's life better than probably my own at this point.
Oh, and then there's also the another one I liked was the call out at the ramen shop for the bowl with his name at the bottom.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, so they brought it up in the 7th game. If you ate at the thing, it's like, yeah, there's favorite customers, and they have names on the bottom of the bowls of some of the famous customers or regulars. And then if you go back to that same ramen shop as Kiryu, they bring up again the bowl with his name on the bottom.
With
The
Kiryu's
Dragon of
name?
Dojima.
No, okay, that doesn't ring a bell.
I did a lot of weird random stuff
Yeah.
because I
I mean, there's so many cool callbacks. There's callbacks to stuff, that's like just obscure, tucked into the Yakuza back catalog somewhere, right? Oh, I remember why I was bringing it up, why I brought up Kamurocho. So you guys were talking about Onomichi. There's a Kiryu side quest where you run into, in Kamurocho, where you run into like a school age girl, like a college girl, whatever, like a young adult, and he remembers her. I mean, I don't remember this happening, but she was the little girl in Yakuza 6 who he dressed up as Onomichi for.
Ah, yeah.
Since Kelly, you were asking about Onomichi. So there's a callback to that character. There's a whole side story dedicated to him remembering his time as Onomichi. And then other than that, there's Robomichi in the Hawaiian Haunt dungeon, which I said
and
it a
then there's
moment
the
ago.
Onomichi Rangers too if you do it long enough.
Yeah, if you do the extra floor, after you get through the first couple of layers, then you have to do I think the bonus floor, and then you get the Rangers like you're talking about. I really just dislike the dungeons in these two games.
I will agree with you. The dungeons in both of these games are not great.
Nope.
I have been grinding the one that opens up as post game, as that's part of the post game stuff, and it's still not great. But I do like that if you do all the extra floors, you get some decent story elements for them, like. One of them is one of the assassin guys you've beaten up in this game. He comes back again as the boss of one of the floors, and then you have the Onomichi Rangers, which you got to beat up. And
you might be talking about the Amon clan. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Amon clan.
Yep.
Yeah, they're a thing in every Yakuza game. They're like the secret boss, like the Omega weapon somewhere hidden on the map, and they're always Kiryu's ultimate enemies, I guess.
Yeah, so they come back as bosses on one of the floors. In fact, on one of them, he brings two of his buddies with him.
Yes, I think it's 5 of them.
Yeah, so they actually did make, at least not in the grand scheme of story to do it, but they at least gave a sort of a small reason to do them.
Yeah, and to me, they have a little side quest. You're right. They're grindy. And that's what they're meant for, but that doesn't mean fun. I don't know. Considering that so much other stuff, all the side things you can do, are generally entertaining, the dungeons are just I don't know, very strangely anti-fun.
They're fine for grinding and listening to a podcast.
Yeah, that I could probably see how that works.
Nothing to write home about, but I enjoy them when I just want to zone out and beat up stuff. Oh, I think that's everything.
I mean, there's probably more stuff, but it's very nitpicky stuff at that.
Mm-hmm. I am curious what the price is. I picked up
Cheap.
one we were talking about, Gaiden, for $12 on the PlayStation Store. Used copies of Infinite Wealth go for around 20 to 25.
I think you would have to actually search to find some of these Yakuza games at a higher price point. They're always so damn cheap.
I mean, it's still $70 on Steam, but
I mean, it has gone on sale though.
Yeah, they go on sale all the time for less than $20. So I bought it new. I think I only paid 60 for it brand new, but
would you say that that's fair value, 60?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I know that Yakuza games tend to price drop pretty quick.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with that. I get them so that I have something to talk about on RPG Cast.
So that's what I'm thinking. The only way that I could say, yeah, there's a steep price tag on these, is if you buy them all, right? At a $20 price point for each one, or 20. Let's maybe I don't know if the remastered trilogy is more expensive than $20 maybe, but then it's going to be, you know, $150 maybe if you really like want to aim at buying like the entire like Kazuma Kiryu story. But even that, like, Jesus, that's a lot of. Imagine all the game of that.
It's a lot of hours.
Yes.
I mean, I think I picked up Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2, and then 3 and but basically a bundle on PSN that was a bunch of the numbered games for $20
Mm.
at some point. They get bundled on PSN quite a bit. I know that I'm pretty sure that they've been on and off Game Pass, though I'm not sure if they're still on Game Pass because I don't have it.
I'm not sure if they are right now. Yeah, they've been on and off quite a bit.
They've been kind of putting some of them on Switch too. I know Zero and didn't Kiwami 1 come out on Switch too? I can't remember.
I don't know. Just Kiwami? Maybe. That sounds familiar, but
I just know that this entire series gets bundled and goes on sale all the freaking time. So if you're patient enough, you can get them for a bunch of them for relatively cheap.
I think I say it every time we do like a Yakuza themed backtrack. The series as a whole is like the greatest joy of my adult gaming life, I think. Not in terms of actual gaming, not the sensation of playing the game, but just I don't know, like letting it like kind of immerse you a little bit. Does that make sense? Like the experience of it. It's just fantastic.
My only complaint about these games has just been it can get really overwhelming at first when you open up the map and see all the side quests and all the side activities to do, and it kind of feels a little overwhelming at first. But if you just do a couple of side quests and not worry about doing all the side stuff, you should be fine.
That's not all. Have you played any of the older ones?
Yeah, I've played up to Yakuza 1, Kiwami
So,
1.
yeah, and I don't know exactly how it is from game to game. I think what I'm recalling right now are some of the later numbered entries, like maybe 4 or 5. So that's not always the case that the map is just like inundated by stuff immediately. In fact, and I think it was 5, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I remember distinctly playing one of them and like kind of being impatient about how long it was taking to get access to any side quest. Like it just was taking its sweet time funneling me down the story path for quite a while before any extra stuff popped up on the map. And then some of the games don't make it all just pop up. Even when they do become available, it kind of doles them out in like, small handfuls or something like that.
Yeah,
so that's
chapter by chapter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's not always the case where it is all on the map. My complaint would have been the opposite. I want to get to them faster in those other times.
Josh, I can't remember. Was it this game or Persona 5 was the one where you wrote the article about not getting bogged down by side quests?
Oh, no. That was Yakuza 5.
Okay.
Where I got stuck on a couple of them where I was trying to like do everything and it was just like a bad experience.
And that was the article that was kind of like, it's okay not to 100% a game for me, because before that I felt like I was leaving content on the table if I didn't 100% games. But I mostly play a lot of this for Backtrack, and I need to finish it in a timely manner and end up getting burned out. So I really had to tell myself not to get too bogged down with stuff with this game, with the mainline Yakuza games in particular. Now, the one we're going to talk about next year, I didn't have that mentality because I loved it so much I didn't want to put it down.
Pirate?
I brought it up before.
Pirate Yakuza?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I need to make sure I put that on my playlist for next year. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, that one was just it grabbed me the second I popped it in and didn't let go until I finished rolled credits.
Did it do like the Night Queen move? It grabbed you in a place and then you had
let's save discussion for that one for next year.
Just ask a question, Pascal.
Huh?
What were you gonna ask?
Oh, not. It was definitely not a serious question.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was referencing a spicy move in the game again, so don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, figuratively, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just know that I enjoyed the game quite a bit, and I can't, as you can see, I can't wait to talk about it next
Yeah,
year. Um,
Yes.
but
and
we
that's it.
can,
That's the last of them at the moment.
yeah.
Until Stranger of Heaven comes out,
Is that a Yakuza connection?
it's definitely got some connections to
Hmm.
Is
overarching wise.
isn't it the same studio?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll find out. In the meantime, do we want to move on to the roundtable?
Yeah.
Okie
Let's do.
dokie, we will be right back with our thoughts and feelings and put a bow on this. And welcome back to RPG Backtrack, where we are now doing the roundtable. Our thoughts, our feelings, our favorites, our memories. As always, what I ask, what was your favorite / funniest moment from the game?
Well, I mean, we talked about a bunch of them. I think I'll do one that was actually from Gaiden. Um, did you remember the Chat GPT love story one, Pascal? Did you come across that one?
Say a little, most likely yes.
Okay, so
Tell
it's
more.
so Kiryu comes across this young kid who's having problems, confessing, coming up with a way to confess to his love. And
It's outside the fast food place or something, right?
yes,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, outside the fast food place, and Kiryu's like doing like small quests, helping people. And so he's, like it had been posted on the board to help this kid confess to his love. And when he shows up, he's like, I don't really need you anymore. I got the new chat. What did they call it? Chat DDS or something like that. And so you go on this quest of the kid asking, the AI chatbot what he should do, how he should do it. And first it's like, well, you should impress her with your bravery. Go jump off a bridge. He runs off to the bridge, and Kiryu's got to like run and stop the kid from doing that. And he's like, well, you should impress her, like show her how tough you are. You should go pick a fight with someone. And then he goes off to, pick a fight with the thugs. And then Kiryu has to, like break it up. And at the end of it, it's like the girl who he's trying to confess to is like kind of hasn't been hasn't been reciprocating, and you find out that well the reason that they haven't been able to communicate is because well she's been using Chat GPT too to ask how she should react to all this, and then they're like, okay, well maybe we should just like talk to one another. Kiryu gives them this big long speech about that. It's just great.
And they have like the reunion by the riverside, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did this come out before or after ChatGPT actually killed someone?
I don't know what the timing would have been. Yeah.
Ouch.
2024. I know it was in the zeitgeist. I mean, not the killing someone, but ChatGPT was in the zeitgeist. So,
it was before.
okay. So
RGG
weirdly,
Studio would like you to not make those connections anymore.
weirdly predictive.
And it's done at least maybe the 4 definites and maybe and again this is due to Copilot, which is also AI. Maybe another 6 others potentially.
Hey, and on that, if I remember this right, on that same corner where you meet that kid, I think also in that game, Kiryu runs into the 2 detectives from Lost Judgment.
Yeah.
Not, I know you said not Yagami and
Kaito.
and Kaito, okay, but the other 2, the 2 that splinter off and form their own office in the
Oh,
sequel.
yeah.
And they have I can't remember the circumstances, but they kind of rub each other the wrong way. Like basically everybody's trying to macho the other one out, and then they come to blows. And I think this actually happens more than once. I feel like there's a couple of locations where you run into them, and by the end of it, you kind of team up to do you team up to beat somebody else up? Something they have that classic thing of how many times have we said it today? Enemies become friends after blows have been traded, kind of a thing.
That is a very Yakuza thing.
Yeah, and it's cool
we got to
see,
get out our feelings through fists.
Yep.
And then we're friends.
And it was definitely cool to see the other franchise kind of have like a little cameo appearance.
Mm-hmm. But they've always kind of been in the same universe. But yeah, this is like the first time they've kind of like, I mean, Onomichi shows up in the Judgment games. Like,
does he? I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, you can see him in the background in a couple of different places.
Okay.
Yeah.
Infinite Wealth also pays off some of the games that are part of the developer, but not set in the same universe. Like Lost Ishin and what is it? Is it Dead Souls? I think it is.
Yeah, Dead Souls. It's Dead Souls. Yeah.
And there's even something else that I couldn't place because probably I'm not familiar with that one or haven't played that one. But all those like experimental games where they go completely off the the Kiryu storyline. He remembers them as dreams in Infinite Wealth. This reminds.
Oh yeah, like I vaguely remember that. Where also like the Ishin ones where it's like the ancient Japan.
Yeah, so he'll say like, "Oh, here's a store window display. Hey, that reminds me of that one dream I had about the ancient warrior so and so. And isn't it weird how I have these dreams? Oh well, I guess that's how it goes." Like, something along those lines. And then there you go. There's your core memory of that one other game in the developer's catalog.
That's funny though.
It's great. So mine. I'm and this will play down to the favorite side quest is we have this crayfish from the last game, the 7th game.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And
hold on, not just crayfish, Nancy
the crayfish.
Yeah.
Yes. Nancy finds love.
Mm-hmm. and it's a girl. Nancy. Yeah. How could you?
with
a hermit crab.
With a hermit crab, yeah.
Olivia, yeah. Sam had like referenced it earlier. Olivia, the hermit crab.
Yeah. Well, she said Olivia was the crayfish, but no, Olivia's a hermit crab, and she and Nancy find love as one of the side quests.
And then Ichiban adopts Olivia, and now I would hope, please, and if there's ever another Ichiban game, you got to put them both in it.
Yeah. And they both live on the balcony at the bar that you're crashing at in this one.
Yeah.
So that was also and they're the pound mates.
Yeah, I was gonna say you get a summon with the two of them.
Yes, Nancy and Olivia.
Speaking of summons, Kiryu also gets to he gets a summon afterwards. One of his meetups is with his only other love interest he's ever had.
The detective from Yakuza 3. Yeah.
Is it Sayama? Something like that?
Yeah, I think that's
it is.
Right.
And she's, I think we've even mentioned on a previous episode somewhere about how, she's just never come back. But she does in this one.
See, I said before that I liked the Austin Powers censoring sequence when Ichiban was naked. And I don't want to necessarily spoil my favorite side story because I've actually got a specific question about that later. So I'm going to say my favorite moment was going up through a tower again for Kiryu's, ending Kiryu's story because it seems like he always goes up a tower at the end game.
Yeah, I think they even address it in some dialogue, kind of like what you're saying right now, right?
Yeah.
Like here we go again, going up Millennium Tower, and is it somebody in the game that says something about always ripping off their shirts?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it happens in Kiryu's battle too.
Yeah.
There go the shirts. I mean, Ichiban does it too.
It's just something that's a tradition in this series at this point that is
Hmm.
just so funny, and the fact that they acknowledge it makes it even funnier.
Mm.
And I love it when media gets kind of self-referential like that when they're like, oh, okay, we're doing this long running joke. So those are some of my favorite moments.
It also has an awesome little action moment within that whole sequence of the helicopter that's like shooting out the floor through the windows, and just when it seems like the group is what I guess dead, who else, of course, shows up behind them with a bazooka? None other than Majima, Saijima, and why am I always blanking on the third one?
Yeah, that was actually my favorite moment. Now that you mention it, when Majima and his crew shows up and you get into that boss fight with the three of them.
Yeah, and they have a really cool little movie scene where they kick everybody's ass. And I looked for it afterwards. Like I was cheering so loud, and then like once that whole boss battle was over and credits had rolled on that, I wanted to like show my girlfriend like this is why I love this shit. And I looked for it in the in-game like little movie scene library and that's not in there. You don't get that.
That sucks.
You get the one with the helicopter and the bazooka, but not the brawl afterwards. Damn. Oh well. It is a great moment in the game, though. There's
Yeah.
one of the scenes in what you're talking about has like that classic like movie shot of like one at a time. Every one of the heroes does like an insane move piled on top of each other, like the first one, and then the next one enters the frame with his own thing. I wish I had a way to rewatch it. It was awesome.
YouTube, baby.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about it. I really am blanking on like funniest scene. We've probably talked about them all. That the baby clan coming back was definitely great. You already mentioned the naked at the beach scene several times. That was in the trailer too, if I remember right.
Yeah, part of it was in the trailer. Yeah,
those were definitely highlights. I'm sure it's not, and it isn't even just like funny moments. I mean, there was a whole little sub story early on with the corrupt cop when they're trying to follow Chitose into District 5. I hope it is called District 5 because I've said that a few times. Into that slum quarter that they're not allowed to like get into, and the only way to get in is by getting this corrupt cop to let them in. But then he turns out to be like a homicidal maniac. Like he's like no problem just gunning people down, which also that is they really dialed in America on that one. But like that was just, and then he's dead shortly after that, and the game moves on. Fine, it's not really necessary anymore. But boy, that was a very, I don't know, memorable little sidetrack to go on. But I don't know. The game is just full of stuff like that. I'm really struggling picking like a best one.
No, you just pick your favorite, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be funny. Just your favorite scene overall. I just wrote down funny because those are the scenes that I usually remember the most, stuff that made me lol. I guess I should change that prompt to most memorable scene for you.
I'm a sucker for the Kiryu drama, so the whole back half of the game was nothing but favorite scenes. Every time Kiryu had an impactful moment with somebody from like a nostalgic moment. I mean, it would be impossible to name just one, and we've probably named a lot of them already. The whole back half of the game is my favorite part.
Josh, did you have a favorite scene?
I talked about it at the top. Or funniest scene certainly was the Chat GPT love story one. Yeah.
Right. Favorite characters?
Since he came back and played such a big role in this one. I was loving
I
how
know.
much Date got.
Yes.
Yes. I've always liked Date as a side character whenever he shows
Uh,
up and gets a prominent role. So this one he comes back and he has such a big role and kind of like giving Kiryu, "Hey Kiryu, this is your life."
yeah, and
That was fun.
he gets punished for it.
Oh yeah, the
The
Daijoji don't appreciate it.
Yeah, and they really they dialed up how evil that, because I get it, like for 2 games now he's been hiding his, well, 3 games if you count Like a Dragon 7, he's been hiding his identity, and they've been threatening but have rarely ever, I guess,
Shown it, yeah.
carried out, like that they have teeth to back that bark up. And they do here. Yeah, they kind of tenderize poor Date and threaten him. I'm pretty sure they threaten to finish him off and kill him first if Kiryu ever says, or if ever like divulges his identity again.
Yeah.
Date is great. I mean, and I don't know if Date is always as stoic as Kiryu, but I guess maybe like to some degree he probably is a little bit. And he comes out several times in this game and says it too, says something along the lines of like, Kiryu, you're my oldest friend, you're my best friend. Like Date is surprisingly emotional about, like, he's kind of the he's the one that spearheads, and like if it wasn't for Date, I don't think you would have the bucket list at the end of the day, kind of.
No,
Yeah.
Date is, like he's determined and insistent to carry this out.
Yeah. He's kind of the glue of Kiryu's life. Oh my gosh. This is something I said it earlier. It's something every time you go back to Kamurocho in a new game and go to Tenkaichi Boulevard. Oh, there's Serena, and I always check every game. I check the back stairs and the elevator in the front if I can go in, just in case. You never know. Oh, and usually you can't.
I'm absolutely the same way. It's like, will they let me go into Serena this time? No. Oh,
When I don't even know when the last time Serena like played a
was just open. Yeah.
yeah,
Was it like
and
3 or
a long time ago, and yet
Yeah.
still we just gotta go back and look.
been used a few times as a side thing? But I think 3 maybe in the last time it was just open where you could go in and drink.
Yeah, but don't forget that Akiyama's just one floor
Yeah, up.
above, I think, right?
I think for me it's still Ichiban. I just love what a lovable character he is. He's got a lot of heart, and I brought this up before that even though I like Kiryu and his stoicism, Ichiban just has much more hilarious reactions to things.
Yeah.
And I was happy to have him back. And like you guys said, I hope that he shows up in a third game.
Yeah. The problem is that at this point, for me, anything, like no matter what they do, it's gonna feel, I mean, I'm saying that now, but I'm just gonna predict it's gonna feel less. Can you really top this? This was like all the cards on the table, everybody back in for this was like the Avengers like Endgame, right? It's like watching Endgame and then going back to like the one character movies afterwards.
Yeah.
This was everybody. This was the entire history of the series all in one game. So what's the next? The next game is
It can't top that. You can't keep going higher.
nah.
You gotta rein it back.
I mean,
But how?
I honestly think they could just make the next game just all Ichiban, and since they wrapped up Kiryu's story, I mean, where else are they going to take him?
I mean,
know.
Kiryu's in the hospital. He's
Yeah.
recovering from cancer. He's not going to be up for doing much afterwards.
Yeah, like we said, he's in his 60s at this point.
Pretty close.
Is it? Maybe.
Yeah, mid 50s to 60s, if anything.
Does anybody else have a favorite character?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick one. I already like the new Hawaii cast better, but I always love a good villain. And even though he's only a villain for maybe like the first 2/3, I'll pick Yamai, and I want to look up his name now, but I can't remember like his full name. He's the guy that always has the coat over his shoulders because he says he's always frozen. Like somehow his body temperature just can't go up. Like he's always cold, despite the fact that he's in Hawaii, right? So that it's almost like a mythical quality to him. Yutaka Yamai is his name. So he has the long hair, and he's kind of like a small fry early on, but then his role just expands more and more. And then 2/3 of the game through, he becomes kind of a reluctant ally until at the end, he kind of helps the group out without them knowing about it. So he shows that he actually has maybe not a heart of gold, but like he has a purer heart than he would like for them to know. And he even gets some backstory and they kind of try to explain like the reason why he's always perpetually frozen has to do with this whole tragic love betrayal that he experienced in his youth when he was a Yakuza in Japan, and how he loved the boss's wife, but she was very sneaky and power hungry. So she...
Manipulative bitch.
Yeah, okay. What? Me?
No,
the lady.
No, I know. I get it. But I just a joke. You're
trying to play it nice, and it's like, no, this lady was bad.
Yeah. So she tricked him into killing her husband so she could take power. And then the second he did, like I think something like she promised him, we'll be together because he loved her. And the second he killed the husband, she turned on him and tried to have him killed. So he fled the country.
And she had a new lover too already.
Yeah,
outside of Yamai.
Something about her having another. Yeah, and then so he confronts her in the hospital that she's at when he finally gets back to Japan, and she's got Alzheimer's and is more or less just bedridden and has no idea of who she is and where she is, and so I think he kind of gets his closure that she's already suffered and et cetera, et cetera. So he gets a little bit of story, but I was like a good villain, so I'll pick him.
Oh, I honestly like, even though he not prominent in any way, the bartender. And the reason is as soon as I saw I looked at that bartender, I was like, wait, is that the same bartender but just with a scar? Did anyone else think that?
Yeah, I think it is, and he also knows who Kiryu is.
Yeah, it's like there is it's the bartender in Hawaii is just the same bartender that's in Yokohama, except with a scar down his face. That's the only difference between them. And I'm just like, wait a minute, is this the same guy?
Isn't the bar also called something like Revolver, which I thought...
it's just Revolve.
Which I thought was very American.
But the sign out front has a revolver actually on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting touch.
Did anybody make the poo stick weapon for Ichiban?
Poo stick.
No.
Does anybody know about the poo stick?
I'm aware of it. I don't know if I did or did not make it.
So the hero class swings a bat, and I believe his ultimate weapon requires you to collect 100 pieces of poo from bathrooms, and then go to Julie's gear shop where she will take all that shit and craft a weapon. Yeah,
no,
so
but that sounds awesome.
He gets a poo stick. The problem is, what I've found, is that the poo doesn't regenerate. So I don't know where I'm supposed to find 100 pieces of poo.
I know that answer. They are random appearance items to pick up in the dungeons.
Okay, yeah. Well,
there are random bathroom stalls at some of the dungeon floors.
You can also find occasionally one like on the map, but it's just, 100 is way more than I'm willing to do. I mean, Final Fantasy X had easier ways to get the ultimate weapons.
I would rather pick up 100 pieces of shit than have to do that one chocobo race again for Titus's ultimate.
Oh, with the negative score or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it balloon popping?
The balloon popping doesn't even... Oh, yeah, that actually, no, you're right. That is balloon popping. My bad. Yeah, no, that one. I've never been able to do that one. That and the dodging lightning.
Yeah, lightning.
Are we ready for our favorite side quests?
Oof.
Oh,
Ooh, how do we
We've
pick?
named some good ones.
we've
Yeah.
named a lot of good ones.
I've got mine.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, do you guys remember the magician in Like a Dragon that through some reason you had to fight a backhoe in his side quest?
Yes.
I don't remember the magician part, but I do. Oh yes, yes, yes. The guy with the animals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, the zoo
Yes.
guy.
The traveling like zoo or circus guy. Yes.
Oh yeah, he comes back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, when he comes back, my eyes rolled out of my skull. It's like, okay, we're doing this again. And he had the backhoe, but the battery was out of the backhoe. And it's like, how are they going to work this in?
Yeah.
They show the magician running with holding two electric eels. And as soon as I see the electric eels, I just start cackling because I know exactly how this is going to play out.
Yeah.
So, of course, he trips. The electric eels go into the battery compartment of the backhoe, and you're fighting the backhoe.
You forget
no,
you left out that they fly like a football field's length first.
Yeah, yeah.
And then land perfectly in the battery.
Yeah.
She also forgot. It's not just a backhoe; it's two backhoes.
Yeah.
So you're fighting
Fantastic.
two backhoes.
But it cracked me up so hard because of how absurd that scenario was.
Yeah.
And I feel like the devs just said, okay, we're going to bring this back. What's the most ridiculous way we can do it?
Not just one backhoe, two backhoes.
And that's what I like about this series is that it's not afraid to go full Looney Tunes with its logic. You know, two electric eels. I don't think eels actually conduct electricity. I think that's just like a bioluminescence thing. I could be wrong. But just the fact that it was electric eels that powered these things was just the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in a video game.
You just see the joke coming. You're like, oh, yep, know where this is going. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
they actually do generate electricity, shocks of up to 860 volts.
Okay, I learned something today.
Maybe not enough to actually power a backhoe.
Maybe just power like an LED light. But
Yeah, but so going to this line of ridiculousness, because you mentioned the magician, and that reminded me there was a side quest where you had to help this this wind speaker. I forget the term, but this guy who could speak to a shaman. Thank you, a shaman who could speak to the winds and summon the winds. And but he's lost his mojo. So you try and help him, and you take on this band at one point, or I think those are two different side quests. And at the end of actually, at the end, the shaman's like, "Yes, summon the winds," and then at the very end, you see his wife driving off with the truck that has one of those giant ass fans on the back.
No, you're remembering it right. There's a band. This is another one of those where it seems like two separate side stories at first.
Oh, and then they combine.
There's a band on the beach who wants to shoot a music video, but they need a storm, and they just aren't getting one. And then that whole thing comes together where Ichiban brings the shaman over, and supposedly you do a dance and summon up a storm. So that you remember that.
And then after at the end of it, you actually see his wife just driving off in a pickup truck with this huge ass fan on the back.
Which would have been blatantly obvious to anybody. Those are not silent fans.
Those are not silent fans. No. Well, I mean, it was powering the band. The band overpowered it, and they actually kind of make it look like from angles and everything. No one would have seen it if they didn't look specifically right at it, because it was hidden just right.
One of those really well hidden industrial sized fans on the bed of a pickup truck.
Yeah, it was cheesy enough. Going back to just the absurdity of this game, of the stuff in this game. Oh, and then even the job thing had its own little side quest where because I remember like as you unlock the jobs and whatnot, the you find out like they're part of like an evil organization or something. I felt. I don't think I finished that one.
This is
But like their mascot like would secretly come alive every time you left.
Oh,
um
yeah.
I
Some
wonder if that might be hidden behind like having to chat with them a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Like in order to, how you mentioned Julie at the vocational school earlier,
The gear
like
shop, yeah.
her side, no, well, oh yeah, my bad. No, I meant not Julie, my mistake. The other girl from the actual school,
Yeah.
and how she like has a crush on Ichiban. So getting that side quest is hidden behind like talking to her and giving her certain gifts. So what you're talking about with the tourist bureau, that might also be hidden behind like having to talk to them and maybe even provide like items to them because I didn't trigger this and it's not on my map, so I probably haven't done whatever it needs yet. But there is hints at like the lady at the Aloha Travel Center or whatever does say like very oddly worded things occasionally. So I totally believe that there's like a whole side story hidden in there.
Don't you get those rock stars that you do the wind for as summons after that quest?
I think you get the
Not
wind guy
sure.
actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember either one. Could be.
I don't have the game installed on this computer, so I can't look.
And you see one problem with the next game in the series taking place in the exact same area is that I cannot remember which side quests happen in which
Oh yeah.
games.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey Tam, you know what is kind of cool though is that side story with the wind shaman
Hmm.
that feels kind of Hawaiian.
Oh
And
yes.
I would say most of the side stories in here are like, Kelly, like you're saying, they're interchangeable, could be in a different game. They're just funny stories, but that one feels like it's kind of cool that one feels tailored to the setting.
There were a couple sort of like that. Another one being the sort of there was one with like the restaurant where you had to help out. That was one of the mini games where you
Hmm.
sort of had to take orders and whatnot, and it was all like Hawaiian foods. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
that can happen anywhere, but mahi mahi is a very traditional fish that is eaten in Hawaii. It is a very tropical fish.
Yeah, I mean they also had like Kahlua pork, like they had, like you said,
Yeah.
Hawaiian dishes on you had to learn on the menu.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, granted, that is interchangeable anywhere else because, you can work at a restaurant just about anywhere, but but they kept it with the local flavor, and I kind of like that. My dad was a big fan of mahi mahi when we lived in Hawaii. So,
And the photography of the food, like
Oh,
always, is
yeah.
amazing.
Oh, you almost gave away what I was gonna. I can't think of another funny side story, so I was gonna mention another side, like a mini game that I actually really liked was the scavenger hunt, the photo scavenger hunt.
Oh yeah.
That
I like
one,
that too.
that one I actually like put stuff on hold to go do. Like, no, 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 I gotta go find wherever what store has this pot sitting on a shelf right now. That's the most important thing in my life.
It sucks when you have somewhat of an idea of where it is, and you see it in your mind, but you just can't put your finger on it.
Yeah.
So I end up just looking at a guide. At least
Oh,
at least the ones in the mall are relatively easy to track down since that's kind of a closed off area.
no, that's true.
so
I'm
should we
sorry,
go through?
I only
Oh,
do that when I'm stuck, Josh.
That was me that complained.
Oh, I heard one of you audibly groan. Like, I'm sorry.
oh, I will. Definitely not me, because I'm the one who will admit, yeah, I beat this game. I cheated. I don't care. I have no shame. I beat Einhunter this weekend because I was like, I want to actually beat this game. I'm going to cheat. I beat it. I cheated. I don't care. Judge me all you want.
I judge not, as you
So,
be judged. Um,
Whatever makes you enjoy it
Hmm.
is
yep.
fine.
So do we want to do our memories now?
Sure.
I actually don't have any specific memories tied to this game other than playing it as soon as it came out, and it being a January game and the most interesting thing that came out the month that it
Yeah.
came out.
I mean, my memory is us playing it at the same time and like,
Yeah.
chatting with one another. And I think you got in ahead of me and like I was like texting you about like what the hell comes next.
Yeah, I have to admit I do love it when that happens when we're kind of clubbing it together.
And this time it was actually a good game you were able to play at the same time as somebody and chat together with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Huzzah!
Not like bad games we remember, right, Pascal?
One comes to mind.
Maybe someday we'll talk of it, but not now.
So nobody has any memories tied to playing this game.
I was going to let Pascal go next.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Mine's going to take a while.
I don't know how well this even answers the question. I guess not. Oh, you know what? No, there's one. Okay, yeah, I do. So it wasn't really the game I was like chomping at the bit to play at first because I don't know, Ichiban's last game, take it or leave it for me. So it was just okay, I'll. The series has won me over enough. I'll play it as I get there, but there was no specific rush I needed to get there by. But then I guess Man Who Erased His Name kind of gave me that kick in the ass to want to continue right on, because I'm not sure if it ever even came up, but that game ends literally the final scene with Kiryu going to Hawaii to go bring the engagement ring he had for Yumi back in the 90s, I guess this would have been, to bring it to Hawaii because that's where she always wanted to get married. So he gets to, close that particular chapter of the book. And then that ties in nicely with Hawaii. He's in Hawaii at the beginning of this game. So I had to continue. And man, am I glad. What a game this turned out to be. So the associated memory with it could be we purchased our house, and in the midst of playing this, well, I mean, we purchased it months earlier, but in the midst of playing, we actually moved in. And so I guess when I look back on this one day, that'll be like an ending to Kiryu's chapter and like a new start to a chapter in my life.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks. It's the first game I think I beat on the PS5 in the new house.
Huzzah!
That's it.
Josh, you got anything?
No, I already talked about it with Kelly, playing the game at the same time as Kelly.
Okay, so I my memories are not necessarily to the game or what was going on at my time of playing it, but it reminded me of when I actually lived in Hawaii. So when I was like 5 years old. So, because I'm going through and I'm like, oh, the mall, which is called Anaconda Center, is actually based off of a real mall called Ala Moana Center. And I remember it so well because I remember this one night. It was 4th of July, actually. We were at the mall that night, and we exited out of the parking lot that exits right onto that beach. So like that whole thing where you exit that mall and it's the beach pretty much like right there across the street from it. That's real. And and I remember it because of the fireworks going off and everything. So I remember that night. I remember getting this huge thing of candy that night. In the distance down the beach, not part of the game that you could play, but down the beach in the background, there was a Twin Tower hotel, and I remember those hotels because I was like, oh, those are the hotels that I stayed in when we first moved here, and I celebrated Christmas in because the place my dad was supposed to get as military housing wasn't ready yet. So like all this stuff I remember like, is there disparity on where some of the locations are, and of course differences due to intellectual properties and not wanting to base it on actual real people and everything. Yes, there is. But like I had so much fun going through this game and just the memory lane that was my brain just being like, oh, I recognize this place and I recognize that place, and oh, this reminds me of this place, and just I had so much fun because of it, for all those just memories coming through. I even was like posting stuff. I was like this on our Discord being like, oh, this mall, like this exact mall, this is based on a real mall. Like it actually, like this parking lot really does exit onto this beach. I'm as you can see, I'm very excited because I just remember this stuff. And it's like 40 years later and I still remember this stuff.
Gosh,
That's crazy.
I was curious as to how accurate that map was to actual Honolulu, and
I mean,
two,
there is like the location of the Chinatown is actually not there where it was in the game. It's actually closer to the beach near the hotels I stayed at. You could actually walk to it from the hotels that we were living in at the time. But I mean, there is still a lot that is very reminiscent of Hawaii and very true to how Honolulu looks to some degree. Now, again, there are definitely differences.
yeah.
I could ask my mom. She worked in Honolulu, but I would have to get her to play an 80-hour Yakuza game first, so that's not happening. And I want to do it right, so she's got to start with 0 and work her way up to infinite wealth. So I'll check back with you in like 20 years, and I'll let you know if when she finally gets to infinite wealth, if she recognized anything.
Like, if there was a game that took place in Memphis where I was when I was 10, 11 years old, I'm not sure if I would remember how the mall was laid out.
Yeah.
So the fact that you remember all of that is impressive.
Yeah, well, I even went online while we were discussing because I was like, I know this is based on a real thing, and I actually found a picture of the courtyard of the Ala Moana Center. And it looks like the open center courtyard to the Anaconda Mall. I'll post it in the back in the Discord right now. You can actually see that this is really kind of based off of this.
Mm-hmm.
You think there's any chance that one of the next sequels will be set in like Germany, Yakuza? Because then maybe I might recognize something from my childhood.
Who knows? I mean, the Stranger Than Heaven, I mean, or whatever it's called, I mean, is supposed to go across like 5 cities. So who knows where they may go in the future with this series.
I keep wanting to call it Stranger of Paradise, and I know
Yeah.
that's not it.
Yeah, sadly. Yeah, that does look just like I can almost see where the Aloha office is down there.
Yeah, and like here's another one of the where it shows like the skyrise in the background, which again looks very similar from that same courtyard. So they definitely modeled it very closely off of it. Is it 1-to-1? No, I'm going to be the first to say it is not 1-to-1. But it definitely had me remembering this mall and being there on Christmas. And understand, Ala Moana Center is actually a huge multi-building mall. So the Ala Moana Center is just a small like outdoor one near the beach. The bigger one is like 5 stories tall with those walking escalators all throughout it because of how huge it was.
Well, I know there's people, I probably actually one of you most likely, who's been to Japan and has like looked for, I don't know, I don't know the real life counterparts, but you've looked for Kamurocho.
I know Sam did that when she went.
I think Gaijin has talked about it.
When I went to Japan for the first time, we were out, our hotel was out looking Shinjuku Park. And I kept looking out the window and was like, I am getting such deja vu from that park, and I have no idea why. And then it dawned on me that exact park was in Shin Megami Tensei 4.
Oh.
It's like one of the first dungeons you go through. And granted, the park was being constructed on at the time, so we didn't actually go into it because of the construction. But from our view from the hotel room, it was close enough that it was definitely giving me like, why do I know that? Why does this seem so familiar to me? And isn't Kamurocho supposed to be? Oh, I'm blanking on the name now.
I wouldn't remember it either.
Shibuya?
No, Kabukicho or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Which place?
What's the equivalent of Kamurocho in Tokyo? What's
Kabukicho.
Kabukicho,
Okay.
yeah.
In Shinjuku, Tokyo.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Because
And I definitely knew all that. I did not look that up just now.
I looked it up, but he's right.
and I mean that isn't exact either, but it does when you go there, it does kind of like this all feels familiar if you've ever played a game that took place in Japan.
Yeah.
I do
It,
remember the Shibuya Scramble
I,
from several games.
I was
'Cause-
about to say, if I ever see the Shibuya Scramble, there's one game in particular and one TV show in particular I'll think about. Josh, you might know what game it is because I'm pretty sure we've talked about it.
Mm,
If we didn't talk about it, then I played it based on like you discussing it somewhere, probably on like RPG Cast years ago.
Was it that one weird adventure game?
Well, I guess sort of an adventure game, and it certainly was weird.
oh, you played 428?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah,
And I'll always remember it from the show Alice in Borderland.
yeah.
I mean that crosswalk is huge,
Oh, of
and
course,
it
yeah.
was pretty scary to go across.
I mean, it's in everything, I'm sure. Those are just the two things I think of first.
I won't tell you the stuff I know it from.
Because even though Japan is pretty pedestrian friendly, that was one of the places I remember us going to that did have a lot of traffic. So
I mean that it's in FE hashtag FE, the Fire Emblem Shimagane, the
yeah, I remember it
together.
from there.
yeah, it's in that too. I mean, I knew it from certain games from the 90s. It's been around a long time.
Yeah.
Kelly, was that the weird adventure game you were talking about, by the way? Because now I'm curious.
Yeah, 428. I couldn't
Okay.
remember the name of it because I was getting it confused with Exit 8.
Adventure game, probably a stretch. Visual novel, yes.
More even like sound novel. I mean, it's a very weird game. Yeah.
But it was great.
Oh yeah, love that game.
Because that's the one with like the people in the mascot costumes and
Oh,
Well, he
yes.
got stuck in it.
yeah.
There's a whole storyline about the guy
Yes.
who can't get out of it. Yes.
Okay. Because I remember you talking about that game, Josh. I just couldn't. I was completely blanking on the name.
Hey, there was a character in that game who looked suspiciously like Ichiban, wasn't there?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I think we have a
Oh,
connection.
he was crazy. Yeah, he has the crazy hair.
Mm-hmm.
The punch perm.
Yeah.
I mean, remember, that's not a pun.
He looked shrubby.
Yeah, it is not a punch perm because
Oh
remember
gosh.
they say in the other game that it's like, yeah, I had to look it up. I don't know how to do it because that's not in style anymore.
Yeah.
just-
No, that's
no.
what made that so funny.
I just looked at this picture. The one that Josh used for his cover image. Great. Oh
So-
no.
So, do we want to get into some tactics games in a couple of weeks?
Sure.
I would love to, but you had a lot of people signed up, so I passed.
Yeah.
Not me. I don't want to.
You're out.
Yeah.
No
That's
tactics.
fine. Our next show, and I teased this one at some point, but then we had to do some shuffling. Our next show is going to be our minor tactical grab bag, where we talk about tactics games that aren't large enough to necessarily warrant their own episode. Basically, another grab bag episode, which I can't wait for because there's some PSP tactics games that are just niche as hell that are amazing. I think you're playing one too, Josh.
Well, it's one I've played, and it's one of my favorites of all time, Jeune d'Arc, which I bristle at it being called the minor tactical game, but it's basically I can't find anyone else who on staff who's played it, so it's getting stuck here.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet if Mike Minky was still on, he probably would have been talking with you about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have it. It's been on my list. I just need time. I did want to boot it up just to see how it was.
I think I reviewed one of the games you're going to talk about.
I am going to be talking about Gungnir.
Gungnir.
Thank you. I was
There you
hoping
go.
one of you would do it. Because funny name aside, that is just what it being a Sting game makes it one of the most unique tactical RPGs I've ever played. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
What's wrong with Gungnir?
We've got we're gonna have a pause on who's gonna talk about the Mercenaries series, which I've heard great things about. So it's gonna be a good time. I can't wait, and I do believe that is a show.
Huzzah!
Thank you.
Huzzah, indeed.
Thank you very much, Pascal and Josh and Robert and Posty Meredith. Thank you to Sam who had to dip. I could not do this show without you guys, and of course, thank you to Matt, who I also couldn't do this show without, and the listeners who we do this for. Tune in a pair of weeks where we're going to do a minor tactical grab bag. Have a great rest of your week, and we shall talk at you later.
Aloha.